Okay. Excuse me. Whoa. We are live right now. Live from the village right now. It is 10 minutes past 8 p.m. in the evening right now. We got Le Epic Monkey in the house right now. It's been a minute, fam. How you been, homie? I think the last time I saw you in a live stream has got to be weeks ago now. It's got to be weeks ago, bro. How you been? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining the live stream. Le Epic Monkey is in the house. What is up? But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty tired right now, actually. And I know why. Because I haven't had my usual nap. That's why. I would typically have a nap in it. I don't even know why. I tried to go to sleep, but I just couldn't sleep, and now I'm up. But I'm good. We good. The reason. What is the reason? It's been months. Wow. What is the reason? What's been keeping you away from the stream? I'm sure it's good reasons. But yeah, this is the weekly stream, and I'll do some chatting, do some talking, see what's happening in the world. Maybe watch a video or two. But that's what we do. Just having some fun. So and I'll just talk about whatever, man. Let's talk about whatever. See what's happening in the world. And talk about whatever. So Amber Heard is under investigation for a serious offense. Interesting. Apparently, the Limp Bizkit album is called Still Sucks. And I've only heard one review of it so far, and the person said it sucks. So if that's true, then I guess they weren't lying about the title. Yo, what up, Alan? Alan Evans, 37. Wagwan. But yeah, man, it's oof. That's what it's about. This is the Amber Heard story. Let's check this out real quick. I know she's had some issues with, was it Johnny Depp, and who done what? She's accused him of doing this, he's accusing her of doing that. I ain't know the truth, but I don't know, don't really look too good, to be honest with you. What is the serious offense she's I don't really want to read this whole article, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to skim through it. Perjury, okay. Investigating allegations of perjury. Miss Heard during court's proceeding for the illegal importation of her two dogs. Okay, apparently to do with her dogs, illegal importation. So as well as possible abuse, she's also possibly illegally importing dogs, and lied about it in court. So oof. What did Amber hear? Amber tried to herd her dogs. Amber heard her dogs and tried to bring them all in. Yo, what up, chairman? Wagwan, chairman. Yeah, been a minute, innit? Amber Heard is supposedly getting paid $33,000 to talk about domestic abuse. She's getting paid $33,000 to talk. What? She's giving advice on how to do it? Like, what? I mean, apparently, I don't know. Of course, I don't know, but allegedly, she's the one doing the abuse, and they're going to pay her $33,000 to talk about it. Maybe they need to figure out who the abuser is before they decide who they need to pay to talk about it. You know what I mean? Maybe they need to do that. Because the only thing, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess to be fair, just because you have abused somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you haven't learned the error of your ways. And there's certainly an insight you can have when you've been the abuser rather than being abused. That's a different insight you have to it, and that's valuable information, of course. But until then, it's like, yo, maybe let's figure out who's actually the abuser, then decide who you need to pay $33,000 to talk about it. Because she might just turn up on stage and be like, yeah, punch the guy, and then call him all kinds of names, and then claim. And then be like, oh yeah, I'm a woman, you can't hit me. And then maybe that's her advice on abuse. That's the case, then I'm in the wrong business. Who you abusing, Alan? Who you trying to get $33,000 to talk about abuse? Come on, man. Come on, man. Who you abusing? But yeah, man. Oh, you know what? I wanted to say something. I can't remember what I wanted to say anymore. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam's in the house. What? What up, Frozen Gamer? Frozen Gamer's in the house. What? Do the Indian accent. Oh, Pooja. You know what? If I do an Indian accent right now, it's going to sound like what people generally call an offensive Indian accent. So, should I do it? Pooja, what is this behavior? I don't even know if I can do an Indian accent right actually. Pooja, what is this behavior? I'm not sure I can do it in the accent. I could maybe, you know what? If I hear an Indian voice, I can maybe mimic it to some degree. But I think it needs to be more of a man's voice rather than a woman's voice. So if I could find, let's see, male Indian voice. Male Indian speaking English. Let's put that in here. Let me try and mimic that a little bit. Okay, let's try this.
Hey everybody, it's Shit.
Alright, let's skip this a little bit.
I think our accent is better than theirs.
I think our accent is better than theirs. How's that?
So it doesn't make any difference to me.
I think our accent is better than theirs.
I think our accent is better than theirs. I'm probably way off. I'm probably way off. Go offend people. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta. Karen's might try. You know what? I'm not sure I'm famous enough to get cancelled, but oh well. I guess that means I'm not gonna present the Oscars anytime soon. You know, a minute, man. Doing good. You know what though? I heard a quote. I think I've mentioned this before actually, but just in case I haven't, or I don't know, maybe it's worth mentioning again anyway. But I heard a quote by what's his name? John something or other. No, that's not it. James Jonathan. You know that guy that people hate? I can't remember his name right now. He's a like a lecturer or something like that, and everybody hates him. Jordan Peterson, that was it. And he said that in order to do anything, and I might be misquoting it a little bit, but the gist of what he said was, in order to do anything worthwhile in this world, you have to be willing to risk offending people. And the way I interpret that, and this is maybe not what he meant, I don't know, but the way I took that and what that means to me and how I kind of think about that sort of thing is that, yeah, I think you do have to be willing to risk offending people. Now, that being said, I ain't saying that you should go out with the intention of trying to offend people, because I don't think that's a noble cause. But I think the truth is that when you are putting anything out into this world, you have to accept the facts that somebody somewhere might not like it, and then somebody somewhere else might just not like it, but also feel that it's a personal attack on them and be offended by that. And you kind of have to be willing to take that. Like, you know, I'm not saying you have to want it or try to get it, but you have to understand that anything you do, no matter how benign it may be, could possibly cause offense. So if you kind of take the notion that, oh, I don't want to offend anybody, and you end up not doing anything. Like, you know what happened to what's that YouTuber called again? The one that left YouTube, the lady, you know, the one that left YouTube. I can't remember her name, but she was like, she'd done a whole bunch of videos in the past, and people dug him up, and they were saying these are super offensive, and then she did a video saying that she doesn't want to offend anybody, and took a break. And I think pretty much ever since then, to be honest, I'm not following her, so I don't really know. But I think Jenna Marbles, that's it, yeah, Jenna Marbles. I think pretty much since then, she hasn't really done much, if anything. Like, let's see, when was her last video? When was her last upload? Yeah, her last upload a year ago. Over a year ago. So her last uploads were over a year ago. And was it making a dog birthday cake? So yeah, like she did this video where she was like, she talked about, oh yeah, I did these things in the past, and I think she just went around and deleted it. I imagine she went around and deleted a bunch of videos from her past. But she put this kind of apology style video saying that she doesn't want to offend anybody, and pretty much never made a video since then, or at least very few, if any. And I mean, look, that's her choice to make. I ain't saying that, but to me, I just feel like, look, if you feel like you have something you want to say or something you need to express, then you have to accept the fact that it might offend somebody, and it sucks. It's a shame, you know. I don't personally try to go out of my way to offend people, but at the same time, it's like, look, we're gonna have differences of opinion from time to time, right? You know, we're gonna see the world differently. The way I experience this world is gonna be vastly different to the way somebody else experiences this world, and as such, you know, we're gonna have massively different opinions on things. So we can talk about it, you know, if that's the case, but it's one of these things where you have to kind of put it out there, hope that people like it. But if somebody doesn't like it, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Ain't not much you can do about that. Let me catch up with the chat. I think I missed a few things. Big up everybody in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the likes, man. Pooja, what is this behavior? That's gonna be my new motto right now. I'll explain anything apart from doing. I thought you was going to say Piers Morgan for a minute because everybody hates him. Yeah, I guess everybody hates him too, but I feel like everybody hates him, and for the most part, it's probably for good reasons. I keyed. To be honest, I don't follow Piers Morgan enough to know really much he does, what he does. But it just seems anytime I've heard about him in the news, it's usually not for something particularly good, you know. Usually, but hey. John P. Listen, I don't hate on him at all. I might not agree with everything he says, but he talks with a sense. Indeed, he does. And my mum is going to give away the ducks to someone. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Or did you want to keep the ducks? The ducks are part of the family now. Epic monkeys, epic ducks. We can't always agree all the time. Exactly, man. Exactly. You know, it's a weird world, though, isn't it? Like this whole thing with Dave Chappelle's just dragged on. Like people are still talking about it. Like I'd have thought it'd be one of these things that it would just blow over. You know what I mean? Like eventually people just be like, whatever, that was last week. But it's this thing's got legs. This thing's got legs. People have been talking about it for weeks now. And man, I mean, it just seems to get more and more. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Speaking of Jordan Peterson, this is how you know all these tech companies are listening in. I say Jordan Peterson. Look who shows up right in my recommendations. Liberal host snaps at Jordan Peterson, instantly regrets it. And I don't know, this looks like an old video as well. Looks like somebody posted an old video, maybe from the 90s or something like that. This don't look new. But I'm just saying, that's how you know the social media platforms, they're listening in. They're listening in. They hear your words and they're like, Speaking of recommendations though, this video here, if you can see it, it's called I'm 31 and Have No Friends, Emotional I'm Sorry by Camelot 331. I've not watched it. However, it does pop up in my recommendations a lot. Like, I've never watched it, I've never clicked on it, you know, not even like clicked on it and watched a little bit, nothing like that. But it pops up I've noticed it pop up in my recommendations a lot. And I think the reason is because I did once watch a video by another YouTuber where it was something like, I'm 21, I have no friends, and she was talking about her being 21 and not having friends. I did watch that once. And that was an interesting video, you know, her talking about her experience, but I feel like from there, that's just like one video though. Like, why are you constantly recommending me this video? I'm 31, I have no friends. Like, what is YouTube trying to tell me at this point? You know what I mean? Like, what is YouTube trying to tell me at this point? Because it's not like I've clicked on other videos about people with no friends and stuff like that. It's just, no, I just watched that one video, thought it was interesting. I think I liked it probably as well. So I can understand maybe recommend it me like once or twice, but it seriously keeps popping up like maybe every now and then. Like, it might disappear for a little while, then it pops up again, and it just seems to keep popping up. YouTube keep recommending me this video every so often, and just keeps popping up, and it's like, bruh, I feel like YouTube is trying to tell me something now. YouTube is trying to tell me something. I don't even know what. Maybe I should actually just watch the damn video one of these days. They're always sassy, but I don't want to give them away. Well, my mum's going to get some chicks and some baby chickens. Is that better than ducks, or is that worse than ducks? I mean, I guess with chickens, when they grow up, you could eat them, I suppose. Or if the lady ones, you could get them to lay eggs, and you could have your own eggs. I guess you can do that. You can have fresh eggs. So yeah, I guess maybe chickens are maybe serving more of a purpose. I don't know. I guess you could eat ducks too. Actually, to be fair, you can eat ducks too. I have eaten duck. I don't particularly enjoy duck, because duck meat is like, it looks like chicken, but it isn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of these things where when you see it, if you're not, like, on first glance it looks like, I mean, when you look at it a bit more closely, you can tell it's not chicken, right? Because they don't look the same. I think duck meat is a little bit bigger, but when you bite into it, and it's not bad tasting, but when you bite into it, it's so thin. Like, it is bigger. Like say a duck leg, a duck's drumstick leg, right, would be bigger than a chicken drumstick leg. So you think you're getting more meat on the duck, but you're not. Not really. At least it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like thin, hollow meat, you know? And it's just like disappointment. You know, when you see something that big and you bite into it and there's not much there, it's just disappointment. That's pretty much what that is. It's disappointment. It's not bad, I suppose. It's not disgusting. It's just disappointment. It's like you ever have those moments where, you know, when you like if your mum, you know, made like a big pot of meat or whatever, and everybody's taking their share, and you take what you think is the biggest piece of meat out of the pot, and you start to eat it, and then you realize it's like 99% bone, and you're like, oh, it's just disappointment. That's what that is. It's disappointment. Give me a chicken leg any day. It might be smaller, but there's at least something there. There's something there. People need to get off social media and get themselves a life. Ain't that the truth? I actually need to be one of them. I spend too much time on social media, to be honest with you. I'm one of those people that need to get off social media. I get distracted sometimes. I'm like, put my phone down for a second and picking it back up again. Like, it's like, bro, dude, come on, what am I doing? 15 corns, and I'm gonna cook them tomorrow. Corn Hub Premium. That's a lot of corn. Corn Hub, well, there was actually a Corn Hub at one time. Like, Pornhub did like I think it was an April Fool's joke or something, where they changed the whole front of their website to corn, and did like a bunch of like images where it was like corn in like these, you know, sort of sexual positions. So yeah, there is actually a Corn Hub. It does exist. I'm gonna burn off some rocket fuel. Well, don't burn it off too much. Actually, no, wait a minute. Yeah, maybe we should burn it off. Having a mental crisis. Oh, damn. Damn, they will say Jordan Peterson, they pick him as a right wing, but he isn't coming from a political standpoint, but shows their mentality. If you go against the liberal grain, they don't like you. I think go PP. I'm back. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I kind of observed Mr. Peterson. Like, I mean, I've probably watched, I don't know, maybe guess a few of his videos. I generally don't look for them, but every now and then they might pop up and I'd be like, alright, cool, I'll watch that. And yeah, it just seems to be one of these guys, like, he has his viewpoints on things. Some of his viewpoints I think, wow, that's really interesting. Some of his other viewpoints I might be like, meh, whatever. And it is what it is, you know, you just kind of keep it moving. But I do appreciate his kind of take on things, and he has a very good way of explaining his points, which I think is really important for these types of discussions, because sometimes you have a lot of people who, I don't know if you ever come across somebody who is, you know, they're smart, they're intelligent, they know what they're talking about, but they don't always speak in a way that conveys the message that they're trying to convey, and then you're kind of struggling to listen to them because it's just coming out all jumbled, and you kind of get the impression that there is a good point in there somewhere, but the words just coming out all jumbled. So like, yeah, I do appreciate that he's somebody who can speak in a good way and speak in a way that is understandable, and he seems to be like very good at dealing with pressure. You know, like some of the interviews I've seen him where they kind of hit him with these like questions or things, and he's kind of responded in ways that you could tell that you could stay calm under pressure, which is a really good quality to have. So yeah, big up man like Jordan Peterson. But yeah, man, speaking of Cornhub, I don't know if I show you this, I probably shouldn't, but I came across a video on YouTube the other day, and it was, I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't say it's explicit. Like, it's a pretty tame video in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's not like naked women or anything like that, or naked people or whatever. It's not nothing like that. But it was like this woman, you know, it's like a close-up of her mouth while she's speaking, you know, very kind of sensually, talking about, you know, the dirty talk, put it that way. You know, the dirty chat, like the type of stuff that when you want someone to talk dirty to you, is that kind of stuff that she was saying. And, you know, whatever, like, that's cool. I don't have a problem. That is what it is. You know, you do you. That's your business. I was just thinking, though, like, that video didn't have any kind of restrictions on it. It was just, it was fine. Just like no age restrictions, nothing like that. But my poem about feet was a problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what I'm getting at. I don't understand how my poem, you know, using feet as a metaphor for life is a problem, but that is fine. Like I say, you know, if you leave it up to me, I wouldn't want to age gate that anyway. Like, I don't think it's that bad. But I'm just saying, if we're going to age gate my foot poem, I feel like that's like a higher level. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know, that kind of like sexy, explicit talk is a higher level. Like when you got like a woman talking about talking about sliding your cock in her mouth, and then it's like that's fine. But yeah, my poem. We're like, no, you can't have that. It's like, all right. Where people lose me is when they just repeat a point of view they have heard elsewhere. Yo, what up, Ken? Whatever elsewhere, but can't explain why they feel the way they do. Yeah, I've seen that sort of thing. You know, there's people out there who just I guess they would repeat that. You know, they look at what the general consensus of their camp is, like whatever, you know, side of the political, you know, they'll look at the kind of general consensus of their camp, and then yeah, just repeat the same kind of points, but don't really understand. Well, I don't know if they don't understand it. Maybe they do, but either whether they do or they don't, they're not explaining themselves probably because they're literally just repeating stuff that either they haven't really thought out that well, or just figured that, you know, because a lot of people are going to agree with them anyway. You know, you don't really need to explain it. Like I've seen videos where people would just like, they would talk and make no sense at all, but they would be saying the stuff that their audience, you know, loves to hear. Like whatever it is their audience loves to hear, they'll say that, but they're not really making any real sense. They'll just ramble for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes and not make a single point. You know, you just like, bruh, while I watch this, you know, I remember that a friend of mine sent me this video. It was around about the time when The Last of Us came out, the Last of Us 2 came out, and he sent me this video to watch, the link to this video to watch, about this guy who was explaining why he hates The Last of Us Part 2. I liked The Last of Us Part 2, I thought it was a great game, but he was explaining why he hated it, and then he just literally just talked for like nearly 20 minutes about all these reasons why he hates the game. And all it was stuff that you'd hear people say on Twitter or whatever about why they hate the game. And then towards the end of the video, he says that he hasn't even played the game. He's just watched other people play it. And I was like, so not only do you just repeat other people's things, you haven't even played the game to form your own opinion, and you just ramble for 20 minutes. But of course, it's got like thousands of likes or whatever because he's just saying what people want to hear. So it's like, oh, jeez, man. This is YouTube. You know, this is how you get big on YouTube. You don't actually have to make any sense. You just need to say the things that people want to hear. It used to be that you'd have to play a game to before you give an opinion on it. Now you could just see what other people say and go from there. It's like, okay, that's YouTube now. That is YouTube. Had his medicine and is now fine. Awesome. Get that medicine down your throat, internets. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like feet. For real, for real. Tick, 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 boom. What up, Ken? How you doing, my man? Big up for coming through. How is you? I don't see why people have foot fetishes. I mean, I think I can understand it. Well, actually, I don't know if I understand it. I would say that I've definitely seen some nice looking feet in my day. And let me just leave that there. Maybe just leave that there before YouTube takes this video down as well. But yeah, foot fetish is like a whole nother thing. I mean, I guess any kind of fetish really is a whole nother thing. I heard one guy, I can't remember who it was that said it actually anymore, but he was talking about why people have foot fetishes, and he said it's because when you're a baby, your mother's feet is pretty much, you know, at your level because, you know, you're crawling around or whatever, right? So your mother's feet is at your level, and he was talking about it relates back to that and seeing the feet as a form of comfort or something. And I don't know. I don't know enough to say whether that's right or wrong. Maybe that's true. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's true for some. Maybe it's not true for others. But yeah, that's that's the theory that I had, that it relates back to when you're a baby and your mother's feet were the closest thing to your eye level. So everyone on every side does it, and I get totally lost. I don't bother picking sides. Can't be bothered. Nah, I ain't on nobody's side. I just care about what the truth is. I'm watching vids about caracal cats. What's a caracal cat? Caracal cat. Am I even saying that right? Caracal cat. Caracal cat. Oh, is that the name of a cat? Or is it a type of cat? Family live with wild caracal. Oh, it's a type of cat. Okay. I guess this is a caracal cat here. Look at the ears on that thing. Those ears are tall. Looks like a cross between Batman and a tabby cat. Caracal cat hisses at vet while being vaccinated. Don't want that jab, man. He's gonna get that jab though. He got that jab. He didn't want the jab, but he got the jab. They say if you can't explain something properly, then you haven't understood it fully. Yep, I'd 100% agree with that. I'd 100% agree with that. It was I mean, the way I heard that quote is like, if you can't explain it to a child, or if you can't explain it to an idiot, or something along those lines. If you can't explain it to somebody who doesn't know, then you haven't understood it yourself. You haven't understood it properly yourself. But yeah. That's the thing. People get popular by just doing nothing but watch a video that they didn't make without making a noise. Yeah, that happens. There used to be a lot of reaction videos back in the day where people doing that, where they just be literally just watching a video, not with no input, like next to no input. It might be a once in a while, you know, something like that, but next to no input, and they watch the whole video, and then by the end of it, it'd be like, yeah, that was good. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And that'd be the video. It'd be like, okay. I mean, if I'm watching a reaction video, I would like to see a person's, you know, reaction. But yeah, I don't know, man. They got real popular doing that, so hey, more power to them. I ain't share my feet. I might get banned on YouTube. No, my internet is doing it again. No. Yo, what about TMNT foot fetish tickle videos with Don Telly? Do you remember that scene? Oh yeah, I think it was yeah, we watched that the other time, innit? Yeah. It's a tabby man. I'm on the side of cake. Everyone can argue amongst themselves. Cake loves me. Cake. The thing about cake is that even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Like, there's just no such thing as a bad cake when it comes down to it. So when I say bad cake, I kind of use that term like even when it's like not as good as a regular cake, it's still pretty good. You know what I mean? Like there's no such thing. Like even if you have cake without the custard, I know. But I'm just saying, even if you have cake without the custard, it's still pretty good. Though that being said, you should always have custard with your cake. Like that's just the law, you know. Like what you doing, man? Put some hot custard on that thing. It's flopper. Love the way the caracal cat hisses. It's so cute. That was cute for you? Thing sound like wanting to kill the dude. Kind of sounds like a Russian river. We watched the TMT foot tickle scene. When? Didn't we? I'm sure we watched something like that. Or my imagining that we did. So I'm sure we watched some. It was a. Ooh. I'm sure we watched something like that. No, we didn't. No, we watched something else from TMNT. We watched It was the guy from it was the guy when he was with the girl, but he's like, I think he's cheating on his wife or something like that. Yeah, okay, so this video is getting demonetized from YouTube. You know, and not only were they taking her feet, I don't know if you saw towards the end. Ah, mate. It looks like she was tied up. Let me try and pause it. Right, yeah, right there. She's bound. She is in bondage. April O'Neil is in bondage and somebody is playing with her feet. These are the shows that we watched when we were kids. How has this only got 4 likes? Oh wait, so it's a recent video. Okay, fair enough. It's only been up for a few weeks, or a week. The amount of reaction videos I've seen of people listening to a song, say it's good, then end of reaction isn't. No, that's not a reaction, right? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, maybe I misunderstand the word reaction, but I feel like if I say I'm going to react to something, that means I'm going to, you know, present my thoughts and my feelings as I am thinking and feeling them, you know, recording them into the camera, right, and to the audio, so that people can see what I'm thinking and feeling at the time that I'm thinking and feeling it. And, you know, what you get for that, maybe that makes you laugh, maybe it makes you think, maybe it makes whatever, you know, you get some, hopefully you get something from that. But the point is that, yeah, there's a reaction. You are reacting to a thing, right? You might react this way, you might react that way, but there's a reaction. If I'm just watching it and say nothing for like the whole video, and then be like, yeah, it was alright. Like, I don't know, that doesn't, I just feel like if that's what you're gonna do, then cut out the video that you're watching and just have a 10-second video of you saying that was alright. That's really all you need, because that's literally the only bit of the video that has any value. I don't need to see like, I don't know, like a 4-minute video of whatever you're watching and then you saying it's alright. You could just cut that whole bit out and have a 10-second video going, yeah, it's alright. That's it. That's all you need to do. It'd be a much quicker upload. Be a lot easier to make, to edit in your video editor. I'm just saying, you could save yourself a whole lot of hassle. If that's what you're gonna do, I don't understand it. But hey, I don't have to understand everything. But if that's what you're gonna do, I'm just saying, it'd probably be better to like not bother with the whole video in the beginning and just have you just say, yeah, it's alright. And that's it. That's your whole video. Your 5 seconds right there. You're good. Upload that. Save people time. Anything you should try Cocoa Pops with? Yeah, I still want to try it. I've got that written down. I've got a bunch of stuff written down. So yeah, I don't know when that's happening. You know what it is actually? Hopefully it becomes soon. But I'll tell you the reason what's holding it up. Because there's a few things that I want to do all in one video. And you can see it here. So I've got Cocoa Pops. Oh, I can't even say it right now. Cocoa Pop. Here we go. Cocoa Pops, banana milkshake, Marmite, cornflakes, and warm milk. And then at the bottom, if you see it says GermanDeli.co.uk Ritter Sport. That's what's holding it up. This bit here. And the reason for that is because that's pretty pricey. Like that, those German Deli Ritter Sports, they're pretty pricey. Actually, no, they're not. Let me put it this way: they're not pricey. I guess they're. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not like ridiculously expensive either. They're kind of like there. But the delivery is quite a bit, and what I don't want to do is spend that much money on delivery just to get like a few chocolates. Like I feel like I'm spending too much on delivery. So what I wanted to do is get a few other things along with it. That way the delivery price seems a bit more reasonable than just a couple of chocolate bars, you know, that's it. And because of, you know, various things that reduced the amount of money that was coming to me for a little while, that's what's holding it up. But hopefully, God willing, we're in a better place now. You know, we're moving in a different direction now. And yeah, hopefully I could do some of those soon. You know, it's been a long time. I've had that German Deli recommendation for a long time. So let me show you just real quick. GermanDeli.co.uk. Accept. So yeah, you got free delivery if you spend over £120. I ain't trying to spend that much. But this is the one that was recommended to me, Ritter Sports. Oh yeah, gotta check the best before dates and that whole thing. Makes sense. And yeah, so they're not expensive, like £2, £2, you know, that's not too bad. I could maybe pick up a few of these, right? But then it was the delivery charge. I go to delivery. How many details have I entered? I might have to enter some details. I'm not. Yeah, if I have to enter some details, I might need to allow this in actually. Oh wait. Yeah, so I can't think I could do store pickup because I think the nearest store to me is like not near at all. So yes, like a £10 delivery charge to get it delivered. Which, okay, fine, I'll pay, but I don't want to pay £10 to deliver like a £2 chocolate. You know, it's a bit much. So yeah, there's a few things I want to get from this place to make it a bit more worthwhile. But of course, that does kind of bump the price up a bit, and that's why I was like, all right, cool. Let me earn a bit more money and then come to that. But anyway, the point is, that's what's holding it up. Hopefully, it's in a better place now. And yeah, maybe in the coming weeks and months, we could look into getting a bunch of these stuff and trying some of these foods that have been recommended to me from you guys. She's into bondage. Didn't know that. Well, now you do. Did you hear the music in that TMNT foot scene? Yeah, I mean, let me try that again. Let's see. Apparently it's creepy. I don't know if I call that creepy, but then again, that's what, 6 seconds. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's yeah. Some Mac reactions are my fave, and that's only because of the comment section that made me laugh at the amount of his fans that don't actually get it either. Is amusing to me. You know what? I think there is. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this, like people who claim to be fans of a band and just or a musician and don't seem to understand what that musician is about, or even in general what, you know, artistry and music is about. Like, they just seem to have no clue. And don't get me wrong, of course you can like something and not necessarily understand it. I think that's a perfectly valid position to be. Sometimes you just like something but you don't necessarily understand what it is. You just know that you feel a certain way when you hear it, right? And that's fine. But usually, at least hopefully usually, you can know that you don't necessarily understand it. Like you just like the way it sounds. It's like when you hear a song in a different language, you kind of like the way it sounds, even though you know you don't necessarily understand what's being said. It could be like that with songs, even in English. You might not understand the concepts and things like that, but you kind of like the way it sounds, and that's fine. That's fine. But then you have the people who not only do they not understand what it's being said. They have no clue what's being said. They have some kind of delusional ignorance about things where they feel the need to open their mouths and speak as if they know what they're talking about, even when it's very clear that they do not. And you're just like, bruh. Always try to add some input in my vids. I love the Tom Mac rap vids. They make me laugh in the comment section. Okay. I did a short vid on Insta with yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Quotes on it, yeah. The die-hard Tom fans that support Trump just want to argue. They claim to be fans, but forget Tom songs are not about agreeing. They're about the comfort and unity. Yeah. Some people are just argumentative. They're just argumentative. No matter what they want to argue. Spaghetti. Pet Monkey's gonna make spaghetti. Do you like the remix version of Boom Shake the Room? I don't believe I've heard that remix version of Boom Shake the Room, the street remix. I don't believe I've heard that at all, actually. This is about 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago. Revised version. I don't know, this looks like the regular version, isn't it? I swear this video is a regular version. How has this video only got 163,000 views in the last 10 years? It's on the official DJ Jazzy Jeff Vivo. That does not seem right to me. That does not seem right to me. What's going on, Jazzy Jeff? But hey, even the big celebrities... Oh, that's the wrong one. What did I just do? Oh, there we go. Even the big celebrities don't get all the big views. Examples, L Cool J's mama said knock you out. Okay, try a different clip. 100% they don't understand that they are just go Trump 2024. Yeah, I doubt. I mean, I guess nothing is impossible. But yeah, I doubt Trump would get re-elected. But then again, I kind of doubt Biden would either. So I don't know, man. I don't follow politics that closely, but from what I'm seeing, I'm not sure Biden is inspiring confidence in the American people right now. But hey, I don't live there. I'm just an outsider looking in, and I'm not even looking all the way in. I'm just kind of glance over stuff. So. But I'm seeing people say some things. Even some of his supporters saying some things. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Mom Spaghetti. Knees weak. I'm hearing it now. It's better than the original. They need a brain. Ain't that the truth? Yo, Carly Moxie. Yeah, I remember you. It's been a long while, though. Like a while, like, I don't know, maybe like a year or more. I think it's been a while, like maybe even like pre-pandemic, I think. So maybe 2 years actually. Damn, Carly Moxie, how you been? How yous been? Appreciate you joining the live stream. 4 months. Really? Okay, I was way off then. Has it been 4 months? I swear it's been longer. Or maybe, maybe it feels longer. You know what? It just feels longer because I missed you so much. I'm sorry. How you doing, Carly Moxie? How you doing? How you been in the last 4 months? Jump and Biden are both as bad as each other. The stream mix you can find on Peter Standards channel. Peter Standards. Now, I feel like I've heard this before. I mean, I'm looking at the... Well, I haven't heard it, listened to it again, but I'm just saying. Oh, Standard. I spelled his name wrong. "13 years. Alright, let's hear this a little bit, see what it's like. Okay, yeah. That's different so far. Kind of jazzy. You know? Jazzy Jeff. You know, it's kind of got a hip-hop record scratch mix thing to it. Alright, we can make it a little bit. Oh you know what? One sec. I think my audio might be a bit too loud. And turn this down a bit. Do you hear the LL Cool J? Oh, you said Mama Said Knock You Out. To be honest, I've not heard that song for a long time, so I might be hearing it but not recognizing it. What did you forget to tell us, Le Epic Monkey? Got a new stove. Okay, well that's good because you don't want to cook food on an old stove. Just saying that I don't know. I mean, if it doesn't work anymore. King Grizzard and the Lizard Wizard. King Grizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yeah, it's kind of got a cool beat to it. I don't know if I say it's better, but it's definitely different. It's different. You know, I could see this working in like a more chilled party setting, whereas the first one might work better in like a more hype party setting. You know, the original one might work better in a more hype party setting. This, I feel like maybe a bit more chill, where you know the song, but you may not necessarily be familiar with this version of the song. The party's a bit more chill. I feel like this kind of works a bit better in that. That's my feeling towards it, but yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like it. I like it. What's it called again? Grizzard, Lizard, Wizard? King Grizzard. And the Lizard Wizard. If not now, then when? That sounds like a Tracy Chapman song. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is a Tracy Chapman song. I mean, I'm not saying this is a cover of a Tracy Chapman song. It might not be. I'm just saying the title. I'm pretty sure it's a Tracy Chapman song. Knox Hill is the best at Tom reactions. He really gets it. You can hear LL's voice going. Listen to the bass go. Okay. Knox Hill is the best bar breakdown channel on YouTube. I'm starving like an... Oh, really? Let Epic Monkey go in there, huh? All his videos got like animation or something. Like, is this one of these like virtual bands? You know, like, was it the Gorillaz, where, you know, they're a real band but they never actually appear on any official things, you know? You know, let me skip to the try and skip to the chorus. If they're even a chorus. Oh, it's just all music, I think, isn't it? Oh, and there's some singing, I guess. If not now, then when. So yeah, it's not a cover of a Tracy Chapman song, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a Tracy Chapman song called If Not Now, Then When. If you don't know about Tracy Chapman, by the way, then you need to get to know about Tracy Chapman. Yeah, here we go. If Not Now. That's If Not Now, Then When. What was that called again? Japanese band. Chibo Mato, Beej Jerky. I mean, you mean beef jerky, or is that actually Beej Jerky? today I came across a band called Exit Eden. They did a cover of the song Impossible. Came across it by accident, but it was pretty good actually. Okay, we'll check that out in a sec. But yeah. So here's a theory that I have, and it's not something that I can prove, but since we're talking about reactions, or you know, kind of talking about reactions a little bit, I have a theory that there are some YouTubers out there, maybe even several, but again, I can't prove this and I wouldn't know, it's just a theory, just a thought that I had, that there are some YouTubers out there that when they do reactions to songs, they, or anything for that matter really, but let's say they do a reaction to a song, for example, they would listen to the song first, like maybe a couple of times first, think about what they want to say, maybe even make a few notes, and then record their reaction, acting as if they're listening to it for the first time, you know, and go from there. I don't know, like, I'm not saying that, like I said, it's not something I can prove, but I do get the feeling sometimes when I watch certain YouTubers do reactions, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe it's just... But yeah, certain ones I'm like, I'm not sure that's a genuine reaction, to be honest with you. And the things, I don't even have an issue with that. I don't. But I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about doing a review or whatever, then yeah, do a review. No, call it a review. But I don't know. A reaction? That should be like in the moment, I think. And sometimes I just get the impression that wasn't quite in the moment. It feels like that was rehearsed. Like I say, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm looking for things. Maybe I'm projecting. I don't know. It's not something I can prove. But yeah, it's just a feeling I get sometimes. I'm like, that feels a bit rehearsed. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do, you do it. I'm just saying, if it's called reaction, I'm thinking not rehearsed. That's what I'm thinking. Let's check this out a little bit. So Chibo, was it Chibo Mato? Check this out a little bit. So it's the same. This is a little bit of this. Viva la woman. That means long live the woman. Women actually already live longer than men, so I don't know, man. Maybe say Viva la man, really. Women already live longer. You already got it good. Beef jacket. That's so good. We found it. We found it. You remember British band Gene? They were a Britpop band in the 90s. Not particularly. It sounds very kind of like 70s, like the type of song you'd hear in a 70s movie where they're doing like a drugs party scene or something like that. You'd hear something like this playing in the background. Well, not this bit. First bit. I'm a bag of on, I'm a bag of on. Playing Mortal Kombat theme. Mortal Kombat! I never heard of Screwface until today when I did a reaction vid. Yeah. Screwface, alright, you know, he's pretty... I mean, I've listened to a few of his things. I don't think I've listened to him for a little while now, actually. But, yeah, he's got some pretty cool songs. If you liked what you heard there, then yeah, you might like some of his other stuff. Let me skip this a little bit, actually. What am I doing? It sounds like somebody doing like a spoken word performance with the music in the background. That's how it sounds like to me. Like if you go to like a spoken word show, somebody will sing like or talk like that, and they've got the music in the background. That's what it sounds like to me. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah, let's check something else out. So what was that again? Eden something. Let me find that again real quick. Eden Impossible. Oh, was it Exit Eden? Wait. Oh, Exit Eden. Okay, it's Exit Eden. Cool. We got it. 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 Ooh. We make some notes. Yeah, the chorus. Alright, let me catch up with the chat a little bit. Oh dear, yeah. So yeah, I don't think I remember Gene, to be honest. They had a song called "Let Me Move On," which was so catchy. Yeah, I don't think I remember them. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I heard a song, it might ring a bell. But yeah, I don't think so. I ain't think so. Yeah, I think some do that. Okay, I'm such a. Hey, you know what? It's so good. Some do that. Do. It's so good. My hand kind of burns from me pushing the spaghetti into the boiling water as the steam makes steamed human arms. I mean, you're not supposed to put your hand in the water, by the way. You can just kind of let it drop a little bit and then stir it. But, oh well. Hear it to the second verse. I'll check it out later. I never know what I'm gonna say in my vids till start recording. I just make it up on the fly. Well, I mean, yeah, that's how it should be when you do reactions. At least that's how I think it should be, you know. But I don't know. I feel like there's maybe a pressure that people feel, and to be fair, I think in my experience of doing few reactions, especially when it comes to certain bands or certain artists where they have like a pretty established fan base, there does seem to be like a pressure that they try to put on you to get things right, you know. And I'll see like people write my comments sometimes if I got something wrong, if I didn't know something, they'll try and call you out on it and try to talk to you like you're an idiot or whatever because you got something wrong, or you misunderstood, or you didn't understand something. It's like, bro, it's a reaction, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get everything right. That's kind of the point. Like, you're literally hearing something for the very first time, you know. It's not like I've studied all the lyrics and made. I'm not doing that. It's like, it's literally listening to it for the very first time. Yeah, I'm going to get things wrong. Yeah, there's going to be things I don't understand. Yes, there's going to be stuff that I'm probably going to miss here or whatever. That's kind of what happens when you are in the moment. So yeah, I feel like there's probably like a pressure that people feel to like get things right. So that, I don't know. Like I said, I can't prove it. I don't particularly care to even try to prove it. It's just something that I've noticed where I've been like, But if that's what they're doing, I understand why. I'm not saying it so. I mean, whatever, really. My things. If you're gonna do that, I'd just say just call it a review rather than call it a reaction. But maybe that's just me being elitist about the word reaction. A reaction should mean reaction, not, you know, let me think about what I'm gonna say for 2 weeks and then come back to you. Vagabond. Yeah, that means a wanderer. You still need Slipknot in your life. Yes, sir. We all do. We all do. The band, by the way, not the actual rope. Not That's we don't need that. But the band, yes. Hear the chorus. Yeah. I saw Screwfish on. Yes. Exit then, yes, that's the truth. Let me move on by Gene. Ooh. Where we at? Dude, watch a Reggae Shark and watch the full song because it's a story. I mean, I'll check it. I don't know if I'd watch the full song though. We'll see. I ain't gonna promise I'm gonna watch the full song. We'll see. But I'll check it. Put that in the thing here. To be honest, Reggae Shark. That's a short one. Okay, we'll see then. We'll see. That's quite a short one. Yeah, I feel like when we do these things though, like most of the time, if I'm doing a reaction, I don't know if I call this a reaction. We're just checking out videos. But if I'm doing stuff like this where I've got the video playing live, most probably I'm not hearing the song that well. You know, I'll hear bits. I'll pick up on a few words and a few things here and there. But for the most part, I'd say I'm not actually hearing the song that well because I'm looking at the chat, I'm looking at the song, I'm looking at the chat, I'm missing stuff. So if there is a story in that, I'm probably going to miss most of it anyway. So, yeah, we'll see. Named Poe. You know, that sounds familiar, actually. You really do, I don't know. What songs do you recommend? All of them. Sick is pretty good. Well, Sick is pretty sick. And that's Sick, S-I-C. Not S-I-C-K, S-I-C, Sick. It's like what you put in sentences or something like that to mean exact wording. Oh, something, yeah, that. But S-I-C, Sick. Wait and Bleed's probably one of the more popular ones as well. Left Behind, I think that's probably Left Behind is probably the most popular song, I think. In any case, it's a great song. I think my personal favorite would be Vermilion Part 2. I mean, Part 1 is great, but Part 2, I feel like that just hits. It just hits. They're pretty much the same song, but just sung differently. Part 1 and Part 2 are pretty much the same song, but just sung completely differently. And they're both great, but yeah, Part 1, then you hear Part 2, and it's like, it just hits. Just hits. I'm about to strain this spaghetti. The handles are also made from metal, so I have to wait for it to cool. You cool. Do you have a mitts or a cloth oven mitts? Yeah, just use the cloth material, or just hold it with your hands, man. Whatever, man. Just grab your hands, turn it real quick, and put it down. You're fine. You'll be fine. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Do not do that. I'm joking. Do not do that. Do not grab a hot pot with your bare hands. Do not do that. Okay. Use a cloth. Use oven mitts or something. But yeah, do not grab it with your bare hands. You don't want me to prove nothing. Play Reggae Shark. You won't be disappointed. Well, you can't be disappointed if you don't have expectations. You're only disappointed if you have expectations. I've never heard of Reggae Shark, so I can't expect anything from him. Try and slip not in the air. People equals. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Ways and Bleed. One's a duality. Oh yes, and psychosocial. Psychosocial. Yes. Alright, let's check out. I will come to the Gene bit in a minute. Gene Pool. Exit Eden. Play a little bit of this. See what we think of Exit Eden, Impossible Chantel cover, Napalm Records.
I remember years ago, saw I should take caution when it comes to love. I did. And you were strong and I was not.
Let me just pause this image for a second. Just because. Just because. For no other reason. I'm just going to pause it here. Because sometimes, you know, you just got to pause. For no reason. Is it like, was it like 4 singers, 4 female lead singers? I see like a guitarist in the back, a drummer, and it looks like another guitarist, or maybe a bassist actually. And oh wait, another guitarist. So what? That's 3 guitars, or 2 guitars, maybe 1 bass, and a drummer. And then was that 4 female singers? Interesting. So this is 8 people in a band. Is that right? That's 8 people in a band. So that's a big band, you know. 8 people. Alright, you know, just give us a little bit. Try and get the chorus. Wait. Here we go. So yeah, we've got 4 dudes doing the music and 4 girls singing. That's an interesting setup. It's an interesting setup. Impossible. Ken's back. Wait, not Ken. My bad. Bit Monkey's back. Sorry, read the wrong name. My bad. My bad. Well, everybody's here. Big up you, man, and you, gal. It's really hard to pick a Slipknot song because they're all whatever. Yeah. Well, other mitts. I use a tea towel. A proper. Well, I don't know. Tea towel sounds a bit upmarket, to be honest. I mean, if you go in counselor state, then you need to get the t-shirts. just grab a t-shirt from somewhere and be like, yeah, that would do. So if you're using tea towels, that's a bit posh, I reckon. That's a little bit posh, the tea towels. Actually, new singer for this song. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they got 4 girls. Maybe they need a dude to sing as well. They need like a dudes to like balance out the estrogen. You know what I mean? They've got like 4 guys with guitars, 4 guys doing the music, and 4 girls doing the singing. So they got like a lot of you know, high pitchedness in the voice. I feel they need like a dude to kind of bring it down a bit. But I do like the music though, especially in the beginning. Alright, if we come up to the beginning for a sec. I think it was.
Someone told me I should take caution when we're strong and I was not. My illusion, my mistake.
There we go. I think it was here. Here we go. But yeah, some cool drums in it. I like it. Whoever's the drummer, big up to the drummer. Big up the drummer. We ain't gonna play this one. That's all we need to hear. That's all you need to hear with that one. That's all you need to hear with that one. That's all you need to hear with that one. Oh, that's a tune though still. That's a tune, man. Bro, when that one came out, bruh. Everybody went crazy. So what'd you say, 316 or something we were supposed to skip to? Yeah, I don't think I remember this song. Yeah, and I don't think I remember this song. I mean, I don't know, maybe I heard it at the time, but it's not clicking with me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I was listening to this sort of stuff back in the day, so this probably would have escaped my radar. You know, this probably would have escaped my radar back in the day. But nah, I don't think I've heard this one. Gene, let me move on. Well, let's move on from this actually. Got Reggae Shark now. Do you know how many times I've used a t-shirt when my t-shirt goes like that? There you go. Let's grab a t-shirt. Yep, that's the way. This is the way. I grab the tea thing with my bare hands. Yeah, don't do that. Not if it's hot. I've done that, like taking stuff out of the oven with my bare hands. Not a good idea. It is not a good idea. You know, like there's a part where you can kind of like mentally prepare yourself for the heat and kind of grab it, take it out, you know, and there's like maybe a second or two where you could honestly not feel anything. But yeah, after a while it's like, nah, I need some ice. It wasn't burning hot though, to be fair. It was just kind of warm hot. But still, yeah, not a good idea to just take stuff, hot metal, or even really warm metal, not a good idea. Just gotta put them up and not let the flames get on them. And my mum usually uses my socks. Oh no, I can't find anyone I need them. Out of all things, why did she specifically choose your socks? Yeah, hopefully they're clean though. Like if you're using socks to like handle food, I mean, I'm not sure I want to eat the food afterwards. Like using socks to imagine like using like some sweaty socks to hold the food pan. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to be eating afterwards. I think I'm good. I think we're okay. I think I'm full actually. It's a rare occasion where I turn down food. I think that'd be one of them. And I'm a fan of socks, by the way. But let it be known, I am a fan of socks. But using socks to handle a food pan, I think I'm good. Yo, what up, Kobe? Wagwan, Kobe Belts. Man like Kobe Belts in the house. How you doing, sir? How is you doing? So real quick before we check out this Reggae Shark thing real quick. The strike that I have on this channel is due to end on the 20th of this month. So in about 3 weeks or so, give or take. And because I had to strike, you know, I wasn't able to use the Restream service to stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. As such, I've been streaming on just YouTube and not Twitch. In fact, I've been streaming on Twitch for, well, a few months now. About two and a bit months. The thing is, though, I'm kind of thinking, like, I kind of like that. I mean, okay, let me rephrase it. I mean, I miss Twitch. I do kind of miss streaming on Twitch. But I also feel like I like this, like, you know, we just doing this on YouTube. And so what I think I might do is, yeah, just stream on both, but not necessarily stream the same things on both. That's what I'm thinking I might do from here on out. So yeah, this what we do on YouTube, that'll just stay as it is. But yeah, I might try and get back to streaming on Twitch, but it'll be different stuff, like probably games and, you know, wasn't I playing Overwatch and stuff like that. I haven't streamed Overwatch for a while just due to various reasons, and now I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, maybe I need to do that. Well, I don't need to, but you know, maybe that's what I should. Maybe that's the next step. Maybe that's the next step. So yeah, keep this as what we do here. But then, yeah, stream on Twitch, but just do different stuff, like play some games and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe we'll do that 2-3 times a week. However, I can fit it into my whatever schedule I have that week, because it's all up and down anyway. But yeah, the movie nights, this sort of chat, sort of streams, reactions, streams, whatever, you know, this, you know, keep that as it is. Ain't no need to move, but you know, yeah, I feel that's what I want to do. I feel that's what I want to do. Sock's not big enough, Alan. Well, depends how big your feet are, I suppose. They do make good oven mitts. Sonic Atomic Boom. Doing, oh, that's good to know, Cobes. Man like Kobe. I would be a fan of socks if I could find any. I have a rule when it comes to socks, actually, where if, and this is what I'd call one of my luxuries, yeah. So I believe everybody should have one luxury, at least one luxury, not too many luxuries, but at least one luxury. And this is my luxury. At least it was, you know, not right now because, you know, money's a little bit tight. But when I was a bit richer, this was my luxury. Anytime a pair of socks or one of my socks gets a hole in it, no matter how small that hole is, the pair goes. They get put in the to get sent to recycle. And then I buy maybe like 3 or 4, you know, new pairs of socks. So like if I've got like 2 socks, you know, you got one pair, you got one pair is 2 socks, right? So if one of those socks got a hole in it, no matter how small that hole is, the pair goes off to get recycled, and I'll buy like a pack of socks, which is like 2 or 3 socks. That was one of my luxuries. I haven't done it for a while. And I do have socks with holes in them. So yeah, I need to get some new socks. But times have been hard, man. Times been hard. Size 9. That's I don't know if that's small. I guess that's medium size. My feet are size 23. That's twice 23 American. What's that in? Let me figure out what it is in the UK. Foot size US 23 to UK. Oh wait, is 23 European? Oh, is that European? I thought it was American. Okay, so Euro size is 23, which is about 6 or 6.5 in the UK. Okay, that's pretty small, I guess, but I don't know. That sounds small, but then I guess I don't know how tall you are. It would be nice to have a pair of socks without holes. Then that would be great. Oh, it is great, man. I tell you, man. You know, one of the best feelings, no joke. I'm being very serious when I say this. One of the best feelings is trying on a brand new pair of socks. Like seriously, like when you get a brand new pair of socks and that feeling of trying them on for the very first time. Good feeling, man. Good feeling. But yeah. I ain't done it for a while. It's been a little tight.
Can I tell you the story of a reggae shark? There are hundreds of sharks living under the sea.
Okay, so this guy's putting on a Jamaican accent and doing it very, very badly. Right off the bat. Whoever's doing that Jamaican accent is doing it very, very badly. And if it so happens that that is an actual Jamaican speaking, then bruh, what happened to your voice? Socks with holes in Kev, your proper cancer saying welcome to the top officer. Hey, I was living the luxury life for a while, but man, now we're just back to like, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, for real, I do believe that everybody should have at least one luxury, no matter how poor you are, no matter how bad things are going. I do believe everybody should have at least one luxury. And the way I define luxury is something that you don't need and doesn't necessarily serve any real purpose. Like, you know, sometimes we say things like, oh, I play video games to relax, or I do this to relax. Not even that. Like, I'm not even talking about that. It doesn't serve any kind of purpose. It's not something you need. You know, it's definitely something you can absolutely do without. Like, it's not going to improve your life in any real way, you know, or anything like that. It's literally not doing anything for you other than the fact that you want it. That's literally it. You want it. It doesn't benefit your life. It doesn't. You don't need it to do anything. You just want it, and it could be something really, really small or whatever. You know, whatever you can have in with the money you can afford. But yeah, everybody should have at least one luxury, something that you just want. You know, something that you just, for no other reason, you just want it. And yeah, it could be. It doesn't have to be expensive. You know, it doesn't have to be like big bucks or whatever. It could be whatever it is, you know, but just something that you just want. And I think everybody should have at least one luxury. That said, yeah, not too many luxuries. Because I think when you have too many luxuries, then, yeah, things start to get a little bit messed up. And, you know, you start to get a bit reliant on things and stuff like that. But just have one luxury, just to kind of like... Personally, I just feel it helps to be a little bit more human in this world, because when we concentrate too much on everything has to serve a purpose, everything has to do this, if it doesn't serve a purpose, then it goes. I think we get too much into that. We just kind of forget some of the kind of real values of humanity, that not everything has to have a reason. You know, sometimes things just are. And yeah, so for me, it's like something that you just want for no other reason. Doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. I don't have to justify it in any way. But just something that you just want, and it's like, all right, cool. Within whatever you could afford, just do that, and I feel like it helps. I feel like it helps. So yeah, that's my philosophy on life. Have at least one luxury, but not too many luxuries. I like socks out the dryer when they have just finished the warmth. Oh, you have a dryer? See, you are posh. See, now I know you posh. Someone's talking about, yeah, I'm gonna cancel. Nah, you got a dryer using tea towels. Sam's posh, man. You know, Sam's the poshest lady on her council. Say. Sam's like, yeah, I'm just going to take these out my dryer. You know what my dryer is? The microwave. It's the microwave. Well, really it's the banister. Just to put it on the banister and leave it there for a while. If you need it quick, then yeah, the microwave. I had a dryer place I was renting. They had, well, it had a, I didn't have the dryer. I guess the landlord had a dryer. But yeah, they had a place I was renting. They had a wash machine and a dryer combination. And so, you know, when it washes, it dries it afterwards, right? And the whole cycle was long. It would take something like 3 hours to wash it and dry it at the same time. But yeah, when it came out, and it was just like nice and fresh and like ready to be warm. Like you say, that warmth, ooh, that is a good feeling, for real. That is a good feeling. Clean, warm, yeah.
great whites, hammerheads, and white tip reefs. But the one shark discovery I always leave out is the dreadlock rasta fish I'm talking about. Reggae shark is real.
You know what? I'm not Jamaican, I'm not even Caribbean, but I feel like I'm supposed to be offended by this. Like, what is going on, man? I'm like, am I supposed to be offended by this? Like, what is going on? This is, Get around and listen to the tale of the misunderstood reggae shark. I'm sure there's a positive message in here. But, bruh, whose idea was this, man? Who greenlit this production? Who sat there and was like, yes, this is what we're gonna do? Only reason we have feet is to stop our feet from fraying. Ankles from fraying, okay. This definitely makes you happy indeed for a while. I had a dry till it broke down. Yo, why do we keep talking about feet? Yo, everyone, including Haze, got a foot fetish. Wow. I have a foot poem. Got banned. Well, it didn't get banned. It got age-gated on YouTube, which I'm still. I'll be honest. I'm still kind of raw about. Here's the thing. I don't mind the fact that it got age-gated. I really don't mind that, because at the end of the day, it's YouTube's rules, right? And they can age-gate wherever they want to age-gate. What rubs me the wrong way, though, however, is just the fact that they never told me why they age-gated it. And there's so many things on YouTube that are that clearly should be age-gated. Like, I'm talking like explicit. And that they seem to be fine. Like, stuff, there's no restrictions, no nothing. And you want to tell me my poem that uses feet as a metaphor for life is a problem? So yeah, I'm a little bit raw about that. To be honest with you. Who boils their pants in a pot on the gas hob? I have never done that. What? Why would you boil your pants on a pot? Why? I don't understand. Like, what does that do? I mean, I guess I just said everybody should have at least one luxury. Maybe that's Alan's luxury. Boiling pants on a hob. Okay, hey, I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to judge. If you're boiling your pants on a hob is your luxury, then hey, I hope then enjoy that luxury. Enjoy it. When I first moved into my house, I used the radiator for months until I had the money for a cheap dryer. That radiator though, put the damp clothes on that. Dry that real quick. I can relate to that. I have to use the radiator at the moment as my dryer is knackered. I got called to Posh actually for drinking a JD and Coke out of a big wine glass. Well, them big massive ones. I was away for the weekend. I didn't have normal glasses, only wine glasses, so I was pushed for the weekend. Hey. JD and Coke. So I don't drink anymore. It's been a long time. JD and Coke. That's shot. Yeah, shots there because JD. That's Jack Daniels. So it's whiskey shot. So it's like a small kind of amount. And I guess you have that small amount in a massive glass. I have to try and sip it. Oh wait, no. Yeah, because if it's mixed with Coke, it's diluted. Okay, so if it's just JD on its own, then you'd have the shot glass. But I guess, yeah, if you mix it with a Coke, then okay, yeah, because then it's diluted, so you could drink. Right, gotcha. I seize it now. So drinking that out the wine glass, I seize ya. And a quick school distraction. It's all good. School sucks, but it's gotta be done. Get them grades, man. Get them grades. Yo, this is a parody. A parody? Well, I'm not sure that helps its cause, to be honest with you.
Reggae shark, him got a band with the seals. Oh, reggae shark, it don't want to harm ya. Reggae shark, it just want ya ganja.
Wait a minute. Okay. I think I see where we're going with this.
Reggae shark, it don't want to harm ya.
Don't want to harm ya.
Reggae shark, it just want ya.
Just wants your ganja. Okay, I think I see where we're going with this. Alright, alright. It is art. Well, it is art. Hey. It is art. But then, I don't know. So it's chopping a cow in half. So, hey. It is what it is. I hate using the radio because then I have to put the heating on. That shit expensive. Ooh. Them bills, man.
Reggae shark, after dark, reggae shark come cruising. Some say reggae shark's part human. Him was cursed by a
Him was cursed. Him was cursed by an evil jelly witch. Ush. Alright.
evil jelly witch. Didn't have no reason, she was just a bitch. Some kids were boating.
Some kids were boating. Good muscle bound guy over here. Smoking a spliff. Oh, bloody hell, man. What you got me watching here?
Reggae shark swam over to ask for a hit. The kids start screaming and
This is taking a piss. Whiskey and Coke is better than rum and Coke. What's the difference between rum and whiskey? I'm guessing one is probably got more alcohol in it. I wouldn't know which one, but yeah. The best part was it wasn't JD from a bottle. It was in a can. It was the full. Okay, we just saw some of that actually. I think we just saw some of that. Yeah, so this stuff. From a can. Do you like Alana Davis's voice? Did you hear her song? I Don't Care. Who's Alana Davis? I don't know who that is. So yeah, there's that. I've not heard her song. I don't even know who that is. Alana Davis. Let's do this. JD and Coke versus Rum and Coke. Kobe says whiskey and Coke is better. But what does the world say? Taste-wise, it just boils down to what you prefer. Jack and Coke is a little sweeter, smoother, while Bacardi and Coke would be a little more tart. Well, you don't like a tart. I should probably mention tarts means something else in the UK. Actually, tarts can mean two things in the UK. Probably not what these guys mean by tarts. All I'm gonna say is both meanings of tarts in the UK. I think people still like tarts. I think whichever tart you're referring to, people like tarts. They might say they don't, but they do. They do. Everybody likes a tart. Rum is sugarcane, typically a common fruity cocktail. Whiskey is like barley or something other. Okay, usually more strong and bitter. Right, I see. Cheap JD and Coke from Asda, pour it in a big wine glass, and suddenly I'm posh. ghetto posh. You know what? I have an image right now in my mind of Sam drinking his JD and Coke out the big wine glass, like sitting on one of those beach chairs. You know those like bench, those beach deck, what they call deck chairs. Yeah, sitting on those deck chairs, and flip flops, like bare feet and flip flops, just like sitting out in the sun with a big wine glass. Mate, yeah, some sunshades on as well. That's the image I've got in my head right now. I don't know. That's probably not even accurate, or maybe it was. Let me know. But that's the image I've got of Sam right now, just sitting on a deck chair out in the sun, big wine glass, bare feet and flip flops, soaking it in, and got one of those romance novels, you know, on a table next to her, just like, yeah. Way off. Do a poll, which is better. Alright. JD. Oh, wait, it's wrong one. That's wrong one. That's wrong one. There we go. What's it called again? Bacardi. Yeah, so yeah, we go. Actually, we'll add one more option. For the non-drinkers, I'm gonna add a third option. I know which one I'm picking. I know which one I'm picking. But yeah, I mean, I don't drink anymore. But I think back when I did, I don't believe I ever tried Bacardi. Like, I don't remember ever trying Bacardi. I remember trying Jack Daniels once, or maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But yeah, I remember one time it was like in a bar or something, and well, I don't even know something. It was in the bars in the pub, and it was like me and a friend. I think we were waiting for some people to turn up, but they never turned up in the end. I think maybe they did, but it was like much later. Anyway, the point is, like, me and this other guy were just there for like ages, right? And we're drinking like beer, whiskey, all that sort of stuff, just drinking. So yeah, got proper drunk by the end of it. And then by the time home time came, like, we were just smashed. And what I remember is coming out of this pub and walking down the street and just like being a bit rowdy and like literally just like pissing on the street, like just like on the street as I'm walking down the street. I can remember that, and I think my friend was doing it as well. We were just like walking, being a bit round and pissed down the street. Now, as bad as that was, at the time, I used to help out with one of the maths classes, right? So they had the teacher, and then I would come in to help the students with their maths and stuff like that. And one of the students from the class happened to be on a bus going by and just saw me walking down the street, pissing and being rowdy. And then, so I come to this class and I'm trying to like help these kids out with their maths and all that kind of stuff. And then she looks at me, like, she's looking at me while I'm talking, oh, do you need help with something? She's looking at me like this, just like looking at that, staring at me. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and she just goes, I saw you. And I was like, okay, cool. Where did you see me? It's like, I saw you on the other day, was it Friday, whatever it was. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, you were pissing down the street. And I was like, oh. Oh. Yeah, whoops. Not my proudest moment, shall we say. if the third option is go buy something, picking it all day. Not quite. But yeah, Smirnoff. I actually remember trying Smirnoff actually, and I remember I couldn't take it. Like I remember trying it and just being like, no. That was just too strong for me. Like the taste of it was that was not for me. That was not for me. To be fair, alcohol's not for me in general because I don't drink anymore. But you know what I mean. It was like I remember trying that and just feeling like nope. Nope. Big up for the likes, man. Appreciate it. Are you happy drunk or angry drunk? Well, I'm not a drunk anymore, but I think back when I was probably more happy. I mean, I don't feel like I remember getting into like fight. I mean, I've been in fights, but not because, due to drinking or anything. So yeah, probably more happy, I guess. But yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, I think the last time I drank anything alcoholic was probably close to 10 years ago, and that was by accident. that was by accident. I think the last time I drank anything alcoholic deliberately, yeah, it's got to be like at least 15 years ago, at least 15 years. And even then, it was like, I think it was just like a beer or something like that. I didn't have much of it, like a little. I think I had just a few sips. But in terms of when I used to drink, like say regular, and that's it's got to be a good 20 years at this point. It's got to be a good 20 years or more at this point. So yeah, been a while. Keep for joining me on the sun longer. Me with my glass of JD and Coke and a wine glass, get with strawberry milkshake. Yeah, I should pour the strawberry milkshake into a wine glass. get my deck chair out and be like, yeah, I'm posh. I'm drinking out of a wine glass. That's me. Strawberry milkshake out of a wine glass. Yeah, that's me, man. That's me. Peace out, village. It's cryptic for you're gonna get rocked. Rock me like a hurricane.
One of them drowned. Now the sheriff and his posse gonna hunt him down. Reggae Shark got no political.
Sharkinator.
Reggae Shark, he just wants redemption. Reggae Shark and he also wants ganja.
Oh my days! You are taking a piss. He wants redemption and ganja. Oh my word! I should probably apologize to any Caribbeans that may watch this. It's just, ugh. I can't see you fighting with anyone, Haze. Yeah, I've been in a few fights back in the day. Back in my school days, was in a few fights. Well, maybe more than a few. But yeah, not for a while now. I mean, these days, nah. I mean, it's just stupid getting into fights, isn't it? So nah, not for a long while. But yeah, back in. I mean, the school I went to, I wouldn't say it was violent, but yeah, certainly you needed to. You need to be able to handle yourself, because people will start shit, and I would say 99% of the fights I got into, maybe even all the fights I got into, really were over some dumbness that you didn't really need to be fighting over. But back then, when you're kids and you're just full of like, ego and testosterone, it's not you just end up fighting over some. Like, I remember one guy, I got into so many fights with this one guy over the just silliest things, and then almost always, like, the next day we're just back to being friends again. We'll get into a fight over some dumbness, and then to next day we're friends. So it would be like that. If I would say, it was probably like with most fights, like the next day you just be your friends again. Like, you get into a fight, you punch up, and the next day you're friends again. I mean, let me give an example of my school. So we used to do this thing was called the Tunnel of Death, and there was a couple of versions of it One was where you have like a bunch of people. Let's say you got, I don't know, let's say you got 5 people on one side, 5 people on the other side, and they kind of like, you know, like kind of like huddle together so to make a line. And then what you had to do is run through the middle while while everybody's just like kicking you. So, you know, they're all kind of like this to make the tunnel, and you have to run through the middle of there while everybody's kicking you, and that was called a tunnel of death. And there was another version of that where it was with swings. So we used to go to the park, and then, you know, you get on the swings where you've got like 3-4 swings, and then people swinging back and forth, and you had to run through the middle trying to dodge the swings. And the amount of times you just see somebody go boom, boom, and go flying. That was my school. That was my school. So yeah, a few fights here and there. Yeah, religious reasons. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I guess things like health and stuff, you know, comes later, but the primary reason, yeah, was religious reasons. Do you smoke weed? I have smoked weed, but yeah, again, I don't do it anymore. To be honest, I never really smoked it that much. I tried it a little bit when I was in uni, got high once, but yeah, I was never really that guy who smoked weed all the time. So yeah, it wasn't a big part of my life. I know plenty of weed smokers though. I know plenty of people who want the ganja, like the reggae shark. They want that ganja. But yeah, you can't light spliff when you live in the water, so there is that. What was that? SML Movie Life. That's a long one, isn't it? That's where they make these long ass videos. Alright, we'll look at it, we'll check it out a little bit. I think we're good with reggae sharks, to be honest, actually. I think we're good. We watched a little bit of this. I ain't gonna watch the whole thing. It's like 7 minutes. I ain't gonna watch the whole thing. I do, bro. Don't judge. Nah, I don't judge. I don't judge. It's not something I do, but if it's something you do, hey, it is what it is, man. I see, you know, SML. Yeah, we watched a couple of his before. I'm sure you sent me a couple of his. Here, I'll say his because I'm a sexist, clearly. But yeah, you sent me a couple of their videos before. Maybe not this one specifically, but I'm sure we've seen a few of theirs before. I don't know what SML stands for. Go Super Mario Life, I guess. Who smoke weed? Smoke. It's no big deal. This side of the world. Yeah, it's pretty common. It's pretty common.
Right, Chompy, take your poops. Take your big old dog poops. What are you doing?
It is illegal, but it's not. I mean, it's kind of. It's not that it's not enforced, but yeah, there are a few circumstances where either the police won't bother check, or if they do find like a small amount on you, they won't do much because they'll probably be more concerned about finding, you know, a dealer or something rather than, you know, the odd guy that's with a spliff. You know what I mean? So it's not that it isn't enforced. You can still get arrested, and people do get arrested. But at the same time, yeah, it's just not the biggest concern that police have right now, or at all. So if you could be pretty open about smoking weed, you know, most likely you're not going to get arrested. You're not going to get police turn up at your door. But I don't know, maybe if you're just unlucky, if you just happen to catch someone at the wrong time, they're just like, yeah, we're gonna make an example of you. So it's not that it doesn't happen, but yeah. There's other laws that get enforced more than weed smoking. What is your greatest fear? Ooh, I don't even know, you know. I fear nothing. We used to grab the swings and see who can wrap the swing over the... Oh, yeah. I remember that. See, it all wraps up at the top. And now it from like 4 years ago. It's been a while. Weed is still illegal in the UK, monkey, but most do it. I don't think it's illegal in the States, though. Yeah, it's like certain states, I don't know which ones. I know California is a state where it's legal. I think there's a couple of other states where it's legal, but I believe, and I may be wrong on this, but I think most states it's still illegal, but that could be changing soon. That could be. More sure. Play I Don't Care by Alana Davis. Oh, yeah. Let's put that in the search box. Set place a little bit more, though.
What it's like to be a dog. What? Oh, cool, ball. You want to play catch, boy? You want to play catch? All right, hey, go get it. Wait. Ah, Tommy, get out of the way.
Yeah, he's going to get run over. Oh.
Hold that.
Woody.
Oh, well.
Woody should not be driving cars. We just established that. Remember when you got play Baby Got Back, Superman Logan. Oh, that's what it sounds for. Okay. Baby Got Back. Yeah, that is poetry, that song. That song is poetry. I don't smoke weed, I don't like it, but I know loads who do. Yep. I used to be quite active on the London poetry scene, and when I tell you, just about every poet I know was a weed smoker. They either smoked it a lot or they smoked it a little, but yeah, I'll say probably about 80-90% of the poets that I met smoked weed, you know. Not everyone, of course, but yeah, certainly a lot. They either smoked it a little bit every now and then, or they smoked it on a regular basis. But yeah, there was a lot of weed smokers in the poetry scene. I remember being at this guy's house, and he's pulling out the spliffs, and I'm kind of like, okay, I don't want to be around the weed smoke. So they're like over there, and I just kind of casually moved to another part of the room because I just didn't want to be near the smoke. But the thing is, if you're in the same, the way the house was, it's more of like a studio. So it's like a large sort of studio house or studio apartment or whatever you call it. But it's kind of like one large room. So they've got like the area, part of the room they were in, and then you've got like sort of these dividers, but they're still kind of all in one room. So I kind of moved to the other part of the room. So I'm still in the same kind of air space, right? So yeah, it didn't help much, but it didn't help much to avoid. I mean, still got the smell on my clothes and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, all right, well, I tried, man. I tried. Because I'm underage, I don't want to end up being a smoker or an alcoholic. That's good. That is good. Don't do that. Don't do drugs because drugs are bad. I don't smoke weed anymore. The occasional edible. California runs on this shit though. Yeah, quite a few celebrities are doing their getting into the weed business actually. Like was it Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg's? They all got like all marijuana paraphernalia. So yeah, money to be made. Dude, I live in a country with more than 1.3 billion people, and IG 300 million smoke weed. Wait, 1.3 billion. Okay, and the 300 million smoke weed. Okay, gotcha. I quit smoking cigarettes a little over a year ago. I still vape though. Vape. I tried vaping. It's alright. I think vaping tends to be a bit smoother than cigarettes. I guess that's the appeal of it, because you still have a little bit of nicotine in vapes, but it tends to be a smoother feel, and cigarettes can feel a bit rough on the throat. But vaping, like, there's a whole big community with vaping. Like, you could go on YouTube and find like all kinds of vape videos. It's from 8 years ago. I live in Stockholm now. Okay. Oh, from India, but you live in Stockholm now. Gotcha. Stockholm. I've been to Stockholm actually. Been to Stockholm about 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe. It was a while ago, but yeah, I've been to Stockholm. Nice place. Many people did there. Fortune Cookies. This seems like a nice song, I guess. But yeah. A nice voice. Talks a lot of that. They smoked a lot of that Bob Marley. Okay. Was that Bob Marley supposed to be slang for weed or something? Or okay. Ish. Weed. Sex is horrible. No, I would say that from what I can remember, the smell of marijuana. I mean, I don't know if I call it nice, but it was an okay smell from what I remember. Definitely preferred it to cigarette smells. Definitely prefer the smell of marijuana to cigarette smell, but because it's very distinct marijuana. It's one of these smells where I think even if you have never smelt it before, once you smell it, you know what it is. Like the moment it hits your nose, you just know what it is. Like even if you've never ever smelled it before, the moment you hits your nose, like yeah, I know exactly what that is. It's very distinct, you know. But yeah, that was alright. Nobody knows, but it is a street knowledge. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. And I don't judge. Don't be a hypocrite, Haze. Don't be a hypocrite. How's that being a hypocrite? Drugs are bad. Like that's not an opinion. Like drugs will mess your health up. But if you do it, hey, that's your business. That's your business. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, hey, it's just probably best you don't do it. But if you're gonna go and do it, that's your business. Yo, Adam Al Sayed, and you can do it in buildings. What's that? Smoking weed. So I'm in 2001. I see. I don't understand people who vape just because I did it because stopping smoking with a mental health condition is hard. I see. So it helps with that. Okay. Did you see the Rick and Morty season 5 ending? I've not seen Rick and Morty at all. So that's not true. I saw like the first, I think 3 or 4 episodes of the first season, and I just got bored. I know it's a super popular show. I know loads of people love it, but it does not do it for me. So yeah, I watched like the first maybe 3 or 4 episodes. Never bothered with it again. I've seen a few clips that people posted here and there, but I've not watched an actual episode for a while now because yeah, it just did not interest me. I was like, yo, this is not funny. This is not funny. Either that or I'm just too dumb to get the jokes. Either way, nah, I'm good. But Marley was slang for weed in a G-Unit song back in the day. Oh, okay. I see. Interesting. G-Unit. Telling someone who is underage not to do it isn't being a hypocrite. Yeah, and there's that too. Underage. This ain't Amsterdam. Yeah. Don't do drugs because drugs are bad. And if you don't believe me, ask your dad. And if you don't believe him, ask your mom. She tells you how she does it all the time. I think it's also against my religion. Yes and no. So now, this is how I've understood it, but it's not so much. It's not so much the drugs specifically are against religion. It's more so intoxicants that are against religion. So yeah, not most, but a lot of drugs would come under intoxicants. So there is that, but not all drugs would come under intoxicants. So things like Panadol, for example, would not be an intoxicant. That being said, I don't know, it's a good idea to take Panadol. So other reasons. Actually, no, Panadol is fine. I do use Panadol from time to time, but I personally try not to use medication where I don't feel I need to. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing that we're not even talking about right now. But yeah, it's more to do with intoxicants. The way I understood the rulings is that it's more to do with intoxicants rather than the classification. Oh shit, I just hit the wrong button. My bad. Coca-Cola used to have coke in them. Yeah, that is true. Small traces of cocaine. It was an Eminem, yeah. Badly quoted Eminem song, but yeah, that was it. Coke the drug, yeah, gotcha. Do you like this song? It's got a nice sound to it. It's got a nice voice. Okay. But this is, what'd you say, 2001 this came out? So this is Alana Davis in 2001. What does Alana Davis look like now? Because, I don't know. Let me see when she was born. Oh, she's 47. Okay, cool. Alana Schofield Davis, American singer-songwriter. She's 47. Okay, that's all right. I'm allowed to say she's pretty then. That's good. Because she would have been about 30 when this photo was taken. So yeah, I'm allowed to say she's pretty. Sometimes you gotta check the age first, because you don't want to say a girl's pretty and then find out she's like 15. You know what I mean? That's like, nah. So check the age first, then speak. That's my motto. Ask for ID. Oh wait, she looks different in this picture though. Let me see her. Oh no, that's it. Yeah. I see. That is the same person, just older. That's cool. That's the same person, just older. That's good. That's alright. Yeah, she's pretty. She has a smoky voice. Yeah, I guess I could hear that. She kind of sings like Joss Stone a little bit, but maybe not as raspy. Who remembers Sunny D? I remember Sunny D, the drink. Yeah, Sunny D. I remember that. Oh, apparently there's a singer called Sunny D as well. So, all right, cool. Was it? Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Sunny Delight. There we go. That's the one. The purple stuff.
OJ, purple stuff, son.
Purple stuff.
Tastes like orange and tangerine. Yeah, why? Some healthy junk too.
Whoa, 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 what are you doing? There's what?
Problem, guys?
Wait a minute, Mrs. Jackson. Come on.
What happened to Sunny Day? I don't think they sell that anymore. I don't think they sell Sunny Day anymore. I don't think I've seen that in the shops for ages now. But yeah, I remember Sunny D. What happened to Sunny D? The sad reality is that it actually happened. In 1999, a 4-year-old girl in Real, Wales turned a yellow-orangey color after overdosing on the beta-carotene in the drink. To be fair, she was drinking 1.5 liters of the stuff a day, but this was the straw that broke the Sunny Delights back. So somebody actually turned yellow, orangey yellow, or yellowy orangey. Wow. Yeah. They were putting some crazy things in that drink for sure. There was a singer called Vitamin C. For real, for real. Okay. Vitamin C, Smile. Apparently she's still singing. This is like 5 months ago. Vitamin C, Graduation, Friends Forever. But I ain't trying to watch this whole thing. This looks like a teen song. She looks like a teenager.
So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will the jokes still be funny? Will we still memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking.
Yeah, maybe not quite teenager. Yeah, no, we good. We good. We good. Keenan and Kel, yeah, man. I remember that. I think, sorry, drink. Come in. Drink. So good. Well, you know, be careful, but you know, so good. Please don't play the Vitamin C song as well. Don't watch it. Alright, well, it's off now. Friends Forever, damn, she friends on him hard. Speaking of high school, I watched a film yesterday called Ma on Netflix, starring Octavia Spencer. And yeah, this film. And it's there's mostly, it's got a lot of high school kids, and that's kind of why it came to mind. But yeah, if you're looking for a recommendation of a film to watch, then yeah, I'd recommend Ma. I'd recommend that movie. I saw Ma. It wasn't so scary though. It's not quite a horror movie. Well, I mean, it's not exactly a nice movie either. But yeah, it's not really trying to be scary, I don't think. At least that's not the impression that I got. I don't think it was trying to be scary. It was more how damaged things can get. And I'm just being careful what I'm saying, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who might want to watch it. But yeah, I'd recommend that movie. It was pretty intense. And yeah, and especially as the story unveils and you realize, you know, why things are happening, and it's, yeah, it goes there, man. It goes, yeah. I've seen Ma. I actually enjoy. Okay, you know it then. Yeah, it was just like, when you find out about Ma and her story and her history, and boy, it's a lot. It's a lot, bruh. It's like it's one of those things where, you know, you see movies where, you know, you understand why the villain does what they do, right? But then, you know, you kind of understand that they are still villains. But then in this case, it's like, bruh. I mean, I don't want to say she did the right thing. I'm just saying, boy, there's levels of cruelty. Let me just leave it there. There's levels of cruelty. And by the whole traumatization of the whole kissing the geek thing, it wasn't so traumatic. Actually had empathy for her. She was lonely. I felt for her. 9 corn left. Corn addict. I never heard of it, to be honest. Well, definitely worth checking out. It was about the fear of aging. The other 6 were already cooked. You know, I know you were talking about corn, the Epic Monkey, but that other 6 were already cooked. Kind of fits into the whole Mark conversation, just a little bit. It's not like Carrie cruelty. I mean, the 1976 version. I don't remember much from the 1976 version of Carrie, to be honest. I haven't seen it for a long ass time. In fact, I don't even remember if I watched the whole movie. But so I won't comment on that. I was watching All in the Family. Okay, how's that going? But yeah, I think with mine, it wasn't about the fear of aging. I mean, I guess that's a part of it, but that certainly wasn't the main part of it. I mean, what happened to her was, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be careful what I say, but yeah. I mean, I guess fear of aging is a part of it. It's like there's an element of that, but no, I don't think that was it. You know, because for what happened, it's like, I can totally understand why she ended up how she ended up. Like I said, I'm not gonna call her a good guy, right? I think, you know, because she did some pretty bad stuff herself in the end. But it's like when you see why it started, or at least the reasons that kind of kicked it off, and you just think, shit, man. It's like there was this woman, I can't remember her name right now, but she was being abused by a pimp. And her pimp was like, she was a young woman as well, a young lady, underage lady at the time. And she was being abused by a pimp. And then the pimp was like, you know, giving her out to like all these like older guys. And eventually, you know, she tries to escape and she kills one of the guys, you know, one of the customers, right? And she ended up going to jail for it. In fact, you might have heard about this case because Kim Kardashian ended up being a voice in getting her released. I think she got it released anyway. I think she got it released or helped her in some way anyway. I was a while ago I heard a story. I can't remember the details right now. But yeah, she went to prison for killing the guy who was one of the guys that was abusing her. And it's like, okay, yeah, we understand that killing is bad, right? We all understand that. But then when you take into consideration the situation she was in and trying to escape and get out of that, it's like, bruh, come on, you know? And with I'm thinking in the case of Mark, it's like there's an element of that, like there's the element of understanding, but then part of it is like, when does it go too far? You know, I think that's part of the questions that you ask yourself with films like this. At what point does the reaction become overblown or go over and beyond what the initial cause was? And in this case, it's like, did it though? Like, or was it just justified? You know, it's a, I don't know if you could just answer that question in one sitting. It's something that you have to maybe really kind of really think and deep dive into, because it's kind of like that. Like, at what point is it too much? But then when you consider the traumatic, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying what she did was right. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's a good movie though. And I like the ending. I thought the way it ended was really interesting, because it didn't do this thing about, you know, we're just all friends and everybody's all gets along, or it didn't feel like anybody got away with it as well. And I appreciate that kind of ending. You know, there was comeuppances all round. So I was like, yeah, I like the ending. I would say there was something I didn't like about the movie. And because it just didn't seem to make too much sense to me. The way the daughter, what's her name? Erin? I can't remember, but the Sue-Ann's daughter, the way she was acting, it didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me why she was acting that way. And then how her character seems to kind of switch around a lot in terms of, you know, that sort of thing. But I mean, it's a minor thing. It was like, all right, cool, whatever. I can look past that. It's a small thing. The overall, the film's still pretty good. So yeah, recommended. And hopefully I didn't spoil it too much for anybody who hasn't seen it. She was old and friendless, but you know, why was that? You know. And cruelty is cruelty. Different people deal with trauma in all kinds of ways indeed. Do you like action movies? Yes, sir. My favorite types of movies are action movies. Can I like action movies? I don't think it's okay to take a life, but a person's trauma has to be taken into... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's not to say, oh, that makes it good and that makes it right, but it's like, yeah, you have to consider the situations, what brought that person to that point. You know, it's not like she just woke up one day and was like, well, I'm going to be violent. You know, it wasn't... I mean, it's not like she just woke up and chose violence. Like, there was a series of events that brought her to that point. So it's like, yeah. But her boss, though, I was like, bro, I'm not trying. I'm trying to spoil anything, but yeah, when you see what I was like, I ain't even surprised. Let me just put it that way. It was like, bro, you know what? I ain't even surprised. The way her boss was. Even without the traumatic events that led her to where she is, even without that, just the way her boss was, I was looking at that like, you know what? I ain't even surprised. I ain't even surprised. iPad shut down. I was talking about corn on a carb. Anyways, gotta go. It's 1:31. Oh, you up late, fam? 1:31 a.m. Yeah, alright. You know, what's the time actually? It's 10:30 over here, just about. Alright, big up for coming through. I Pet Monkey. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully it won't be so long for the next time you could join the streams. But yeah, big up for coming through. Appreciate you. Get some rest, cause boy, 1:31 a.m. is Liz8. Do you like blow 'em up action movies? I like yeah, I mean, I like explosions. I like all kinds of stuff, just fast paced. I mean, I say I just appreciate movies of any kind, but yeah, action movies tend to be just more fun. But there's a lot of action movies out there that I feel like they are deeper than they might initially seem. You know, like I think a lot of times we look at action movies and think, oh, it's just a dumb action movie, and a lot of times that is pretty much true, but there's usually a depth to it that I think often goes missed with action movies. You know, there's usually like an undertone to what's going on, and yeah, so I appreciate good storytelling, you know. And if you're going to blow stuff up while doing good storytelling, even better. I'm going to have to rewatch more to refresh my memory. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. It's on Netflix. That's where I watched it. So yeah, worth checking out. Or worth checking out again. What's the best explosion movie? I don't know about the best explosion, but I will say that there's an explosion in a film called Welcome to the Jungle starring The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's one of his early films, and there's a scene where something's exploding, things like a building or whatever, a house is exploding in the background, and he's kind of walking away from it. And it's kind of one of these classic shots that they used to do back in the 80s, but it was just so cool when you see that sort of stuff. In fact, these guys are the spoof of it. The Lonely Island. Cool guys don't look at explosions. And I just got a bunch of clips of people walking away from explosions. There we go. Yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions. And yeah, it's probably there somewhere. But yeah, the one from Welcome to the Jungle's in there as well, and I just thought that was so cool. I mean, like I said, it's not the only one to do it, not the first one to do it, but still, it's cool when you got somebody walking away from an explosion, especially if they're doing it in slow motion as well. It just looks so cool. I think going to sleep like 3 AM recently. It's driving me insane. Oof. Yeah. Body needs rest, man. Body needs rest. And Alan, you should definitely check out Ma. It is a good ass movie. And it is on Netflix. So yeah. And it's only like an hour 40, so it's not even that long. Yeah, Welcome to the Jungle. That's a good movie. It's called The Rundown in the United States of America, but over here it was called Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions. Cool guys don't look at explosions. I wonder if maybe the rundown's not in here, actually. Oh wait, this is it. This is it, yeah. This is it. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to get to. Yeah, there we go. Pause it there. So yeah, that's one of my favorite explosions in the movie, from Welcome to the Jungle, with The Rock walking away from an explosion. I think it looks really cool. So yeah, there you go. See, I like films that touch on topics, provided it's done in a way that makes a point without taking away from everything else. Candyman failed on that. Did it right, as did Get Out. Body needs rest, but my mind won't shut up. Oh, this hasn't been very well. And in and out of the hospital, it's been stressful. Sorry. Get well, Ellie. Ellie? It is Ellie, the eldest, isn't it? Ellie. Sorry if I got that wrong. The Boom Shakalaka explosion scene in a rundown with The Rock. Boom Shakalaka. Is this the Boom Shakalaka run scene? The one that I got on screen right now? Is that something else? I've not seen this movie for a long ass time, to be honest with you, so yeah. L. Cool. Be well, Ellie. Be well. Ooh, that's not what I'm trying to type. Boom shakalaka. the rundown. But yeah, I think when it comes to movies that do, like when they touch on topics like, I mean, of course, as a creative, they can do anything they want to do. That's their choice. That's their creative freedom to make it any way they want to make it. But personally, I would say that if you have a message to give, the most effective way to do it is to, be clear, of course, what your message is. Not necessarily subtle, but at the same time, not necessarily make it the entire point of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes when you make the message the entire point of the movie, it's not that, okay, it's a good, because it's still, okay, it's a good message, great, but But the problem is that it's just like so, you know what I mean? Like when the message is the entire point of the movie, it just feels so, most of the time, especially when it's like a longer movie. If you're talking about, I don't know, like a 5-minute, 10-minute short movie, like whatever, fine. But for a film that's maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours long, and then you're watching it and they've got this message that is an entire point of the movie and everything revolves around this message they're trying to push, it just feels so blah. So yeah, I feel like if you've got a message that you want to give, I would say the most effective way to get that message out is to not, like I say, not necessarily be subtle, but at the same time, don't have it right at the front of absolutely everything, because then it's just like, dude, I get it, This movie could have been 10 minutes long if that's what you wanted to do. Like, it did not need to take up 2 hours of my day just to tell me, be kind to people, It's not even that I don't agree with, it's not even that I disagree with the message. I'm just saying, you don't need 2 hours to tell me that you should be kind to people. You can do that in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? That's 5 minutes, bruh. 5 minutes. But I think what a lot of films do, or I'll say probably most films do, is that their message or their, say, deeper meaning is usually like something that you don't spot right away. Like, you might have to watch the film like 2-3 times to kind of get what they're trying to do. And that includes even a lot of movies that we might think are just like dumb action movies or dumb cheesy movies. Even those films sometimes would have like a deeper message to it, a deeper meaning to it that you might not always spot right away. You might have to watch it a few times and be like, oh, actually, wait a minute, it could be like that. And I appreciate that sort of stuff, because when you watch a movie like multiple times, you start to gain more from it, because it's multi-layered. You start noticing things you didn't notice before, and you start piecing things together, and you're like, that makes sense. So yeah, I appreciate that in movies. I mean, I think Ma does some things that you might have seen in other films, but for me, I felt like it did it in a way that just got you thinking on like so many different levels of like justification and causes, and I guess the overall thing is be kind to people. Be kind. Because not everybody was kind in that movie, as we find out. Not everybody was kind. And sometimes the results of not being kind can be, well, real bad. The Resident Evil movie, obviously the raccoon trailer looks okay. Welcome to the raccoon. Welcome to Raccoon City. Excuse me.
Come on.
Was it November 24th? Is that okay? So it's out at the end of this month. Yes, I know that this film got a little bit of a backlash because a lot of the actors don't look like how they do in the video games. Like they sort of resemble, they don't really resemble the characters in the video games that closely. Like Leon, for example, like he looks very different to how he does in the games. To be honest, I feel like that sort of thing doesn't really matter. You know, I mean, as long as it doesn't, I felt like it's less important how the character looks and more important, you know, the story that they tell and, you know, how the actors are doing a good job and that sort of thing. But I felt like sometimes people get too caught up in superficial things. He doesn't look like the guy. It's like, so? So? Can he play the part? That's what matters.
Have to contain this.
There we go. There we got Leon. That's Leon right there. Leon Kennedy. I would be kind to Ma. I would have a coffee and natter with her. Do you worry about not having a lot of savings? What makes you think I don't have a lot of savings? I wouldn't say I worry about it, but at the same time, of course, yeah, I do have a concern about, you know, making sure I've got money to put aside and that sort of thing. But I try not to worry about it because I don't see the point in worrying about things that you don't really have any real control over. You just kind of deal with life the best way you can at any given moment in time. But yeah, I mean, I like to think that I'd be kind to Marty. Like, I think if back when I was in school, back when I was in secondary school, I mean, I wasn't like the arsehole jock kid, but then I wasn't exactly like the super nice guy either, you know. I think there was definitely times where I was a little bit mean to people and that sort of thing, but I don't think I was ever like really cruel kind of, you know, setting people up in that sort of way. I don't think I ever did that. At least I hope I didn't, you know. I mean, I guess it's hard to tell. Sometimes you don't always know how people receive you, right? So hopefully I wasn't bad in that way, but to my memory and to my mind, I don't think I was ever that bad. I know I've definitely done some things, like I said, I got into fights, like I was saying before, so I know I've definitely done some things that, you know, weren't necessarily good and didn't always handle things in great ways and this, that, and the other. But hopefully I wasn't like really cruel to anybody. Actually, there was one time. Alright, let me take us a story real quick. Story time, guys. Gather around the campfire. You don't want it too much like the game, otherwise you might as well just play the game instead of watching the movie. Well, there you go. There you go. If you want to see a character look like Leon in the game, then just play the damn game. The movie's clearly going for something a little bit different, which is fine. Which is fine. Hopefully it's a good movie. But yeah, let me tell you the story real quick. So this is back in school. This is, I don't know, 90s. It would have been maybe 95, 6, around about then. I don't remember the year, but mid-ish 90s probably. And there was this kid in my school. I won't name him. Might be best that I don't give out names. Yo, what up, Reese from North Yorkshire? Big up, Reese from North Yorkshire. Which you're just in time for story time. So I'm telling a story about when I was in school and I did something that wasn't exactly nice. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do. So yeah, this is about mid-90s, and there was this kid in my school who, he wasn't like rich, I guess, but he definitely had more money, or his parents rather, his mum. He lived with his mum. I don't know if his dad was around or not, but anyway, he had more money than most of us. Like, so he would always come into school with like you know, a brand new Walkman, you know, yeah, Walkman, by the way, it's the 90s, or, you know, brand new games console or whatever. And he was one of these kids that would let you know that he's got stuff, you know what I mean, in a very kind of obnoxious way. Or, to be fair, I don't know if he was being obnoxious. Maybe that's just how we received it, you know, like I say before, we don't always know how people receive us, but certainly back then, myself and a lot of other people just kind of got the impression that he was just being obnoxious, that he knew a lot of us didn't really have things, a lot of us were, you know, from, say, poor families and this and the other. So like he would come in and he was like, he'd be the type to just flash his money, and he would do that as a way of getting friends. So yeah, perhaps he didn't realize he was being obnoxious, or that's how people saw him. But he would kind of do that as a way of trying to get friends, like, you know, trying to, you know, show that he's got stuff. Oh, come, I've got this. You could come play with this and that sort of. He was that kind of kid. But people didn't really like him that much. Like he didn't really have too many friends in the end. But I would hang around with him, myself and this other guy that would hang around with him, and we got along. You know, he wasn't like a bad guy or anything like that. We got along, but yeah, he was kind of obnoxious. Like that was a thing. And this one time, we went to his house, and so my friend and me and this other guy that used to hang around with him. So we went to his house, and we knew he wasn't going to be there because it was, I can't remember exactly what he did. But it's just one of these occasions where we just thought he was being a prick, he's being obnoxious, and we just thought, you know, let's do something. And so we go to his house, and we knew it was going to be there because we knew he had like some after school sports practice or whatever it was. And his mum answers the door, and we say to his mum, yeah, we need to talk to you about, you know, Sunny D. Let's just call him Sunny D for now. We need to talk to you about Sunny D. We're just really concerned about him. And we put on this act about how we're so concerned about him in school. And we laid down all kinds of stuff. We told his mum that he was being a bully, that he was stealing, that, you know, he was hiding porno mags. To be honest, he was actually hiding porn mags. That bit was true. that bit was true. Yeah, but yeah, we told his mum all kinds of stuff. Some of it was true, a lot of it was made up. But yeah, we just went in and be like, oh yeah, and we're just like, you know, worried that he's gonna, you know, and we made it like we're trying to be his friend, and then we just need to get him help before he goes off the deep end. No, we were just making stuff up because we're just pissed at his like obnoxious arsehole kind of, you know, that's what that was about. And then we left. And then I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that when we came to school the next day, yeah, and then we saw him in school the next day, man looked like he had a little bit of a bruise on his face. You know what I mean? It looked like he had a little bit of a bruise on his face. And dude was pissed. He was pissed. So, yeah. I haven't always done the nice things. I would say though, since then, we have kind of made, I mean, I haven't spoken to him for years now at this point because, you know, school's over. But after that, we did, I don't know how, but yeah, we did manage to make up, and, you know, all's kind of forgiven, at least at the time. I haven't seen him for such a long time at this point though. Like, I think the last I heard of him was, and I don't know if this is true, this was what somebody told me. The last I heard of him was that he was looking for somebody to get somebody killed because that person turned up at his doorstep and robbed him. Apparently somebody went to his doorstep and robbed him, and then he was looking to pay somebody to kill that guy. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that ever happened. The guy he was allegedly trying to get killed is someone that I mean, I knew the guy, but it's someone who didn't know that well. So yeah. That was my school. Yeah, we got Peterborough Hole. We had a rock here earlier. The Village is worldwide. Bet he got a right bollocking when he got home. I think he got more than a bollocking. I think he might have got a little bit more than just a bollocking. I'm a good Reese. What if you only had £20,700 in savings? Is that too little? Well, it depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you want to buy an umbrella, it's plenty. You got way more than enough. You want to buy an umbrella. If you're trying to, I don't know, buy a space rocket, you might need a little bit more than that. You're a bully, Kev. I mean, I don't know if I was a bully, but yeah, that definitely wasn't a cool thing to do. Even though he wasn't always like the easiest guy to be around, that definitely was not a cool thing to do. And yeah, so we did apologize to him, and we did make up afterwards. But yeah, that definitely was not a cool thing to do. If I had 20 grand in savings, I'd be more than happy. If I had £20 in savings, I'd be happy. Did you cause mischief in school? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say I was a troublemaker, but yeah, I think I probably did cause a little bit of mischief. I mean, I wasn't exactly a model student, put it that way. I guess I was kind of very in between. Like, I wasn't too cool to hang out with the nerdy kids, and I wasn't too nerdy to hang out with the cool kids. So I was very in between a lot of the time. You know, I had like a few periods, I had some periods of times where I had like a best friend that I'd hang out with most of the time. And that kind of changed from time to time. I think like just about every year or two, there was like a new person who I'd hang around mostly with. And as you kind of, you know, meet new people, you know, one time you hang around with this guy for a really long time, and then something happened. I don't know if something happens, but it can kind of gradually start hanging around with somebody else more and more often, and gradually start hanging around with somebody else more. It was never like a case of like falling out with people. It was never like that, but it was just kind of how things kind of shifted as you meet new people and you kind of gravitate towards different people. But my very first best friend in secondary school was this guy, and you know, we hang around a lot, and he ended up being one of the more popular kids, and I think because of that, and even though over time I wasn't hanging around with him as much, we stayed friends, and I'd always consider him my best friend, even if I wasn't hanging around with that much. I'd always still consider him my best friend. And I think he did the same. I don't know, but I think he did the same thing with me. Like, he was considered me his best friend, even though we weren't always hanging around that much after a while. And then because he was maybe one of the more popular kids, I think because of that, you know, it wasn't like too bad for me to be with the popular kids from time. You know, I think if it was just left to my own devices, I probably wouldn't have too many popular friends. You know, they'd be like, nah, screw that guy. But because I was friends with this guy, it kind of helped that way, and then I became friends with some of the other popular kids as well. So yeah, it's very in between. Not too cool for the nerdy kids, not too nerdy for the cool kids, and then, you know, various best friends that I had throughout. So yeah, I definitely got into trouble. Definitely caused a few things I shouldn't have done. Bunked off school a lot. Like, mate, like I spent so much time bunking off school and going to the arcades. You know, it's so yeah, it was like that. What mischief should I cause? But I can't even remember most of it. Like, I mean, I got into fights. We used to like do cussing matches. Yeah, you guys ever do this? So we used to do cussing matches, and we used to do it for fun, where we'll cuss each other's mums, cuss each other's dad. You know, we just cuss each other, anything you could think of, and it would just be for fun. Just like we'll say like the worst things about each other. I'm talking like we'd have like, you know, like two black guys, for example, cussing each other about being black. It'd be like that, or you know, like or people like short people cussing each other about being, you know, we'll say like the dumbest, rudest things about each other, and we do it for fun. But every now and then you might say something like, "Yo, do you hear what that guy said about your mum?" Some stupid thing like that, just kind of instigate something. Kids like him are probably more insecure deep down. Are we talking about the kid that that was like the obnoxious kid, or did I miss something? I once pulled out on one of those fire hose things on the rail. Didn't know it set it off automatically when you pull. Oh right, okay, flooded the entire gym. Eesh. And then he got away with it, but one kid out of like 40 gross me. Oh damn! Pull that one. Yeah. I hated the popular kids in school. I used to hang out with the weird ones. We talked movies a lot. Nice. The weird kids could be fun. My best friend passed away 2 years ago. Sorry, man. I miss all the laughs and jokes that we had. It doesn't feel the same without him being here. I used to bunk off school, come home, watch Party of Five, you know. Yeah, I remember Party of Five. That is 90s personified. Still there with you, Alan. It was always hard when we lose someone really clear out. Yeah, for real. Definitely, man. Definitely. Speaking of fire hoses, though, and mischief, here's something that we did. So, I don't remember when this was. Maybe it was in school time anyway. Sometime during the 90s. Let's go with that. Anyway, it was like 3 or 4 of us. Like, we bunked off school and up to no good. And I don't remember who, but somebody had the idea to call the fire brigade, to do a 999 call to the fire brigade and call it to the school. And we're all kind of like going along with it. Yeah, cool. So we did that. So we called the fire brigade and said there was a fire at the school. And then, of course, as we get back to school, we see the fire trucks there and that whole thing. And for us, it was just like a dumb prank, right? Just a silly prank. The next day in school during assembly, we have, you have assemblies each morning where, they talk to the whole school, right? During assembly, they had somebody from the fire station come down. And he was talking about the prank that was pulled and how silly it is, and you shouldn't do that because it could be very serious. And something that he mentioned during that speech really stuck with me. And I don't know if it's because it actually happened or just because it could happen. It's something to think about, but it stuck with me. And what he said was that when we respond to emergencies, we often have to drive really fast, and that means that we, if somebody is in a way, you can't always see what's going on. And if he mentioned that if somebody steps out into the road, we could accidentally hit them and end up killing somebody in response to an emergency. And I don't know if that's because they responded to the emergency, that prank call, and somebody was killed along the way. I don't know. Or if they're just saying that because it's something that can happen. To this day, I honestly don't know what it was. But that really stuck with me, that did we just put this prank call and then potentially somebody's dead because of it? You know what I mean? Like that stuck with me. Like, I don't know, but yeah. Don't prank call emergency services. It's not a good idea. It is not cool at all. My other half had a workmate. He was black. He would say racist stuff to him, and he would insult him back. It was really good mates. Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. But it's the type of stuff you could only really do with friends. Like, you can't do that with just anybody, you know. Like, certain things, when you're friends with somebody, you don't mind, like, when they take a few liberties or say certain things, because, you know, you're friends, and you know ultimately it's just banter, it's coming from a place of love. You know what I mean? I feel like that kind of unwritten rule that guys have about how we talk to each other and how insults are kind of taken. You know, you could just walk up to some random guy on the street and start saying stuff, because it doesn't work that way. But when you're friends with somebody and you kind of know where it's coming from, and you're all kind of cool and in on it, then it's like, it's not a problem, right? But yeah, I think when anybody who's on the outside looking in and sees that, and you just got two people cussing each other out and like saying some racist stuff to each other, and everyone's kind of in on that. You got somebody who doesn't know what's going on. They kind of see that, and they just think like, you shouldn't be saying that. How you don't how offensive. Like, chill, man, chill. But then at the same time, you don't really want to be doing that in front of strangers, because yeah, they might get the wrong idea, and then, you know, there could be an issue. Because if somebody you don't know comes up to you and starts saying that stuff, it's like, nah, it's a problem. It's a problem. But yeah, when you know the guy, when you're friends with a guy, certain things are cool. It's like, alright. But yeah, it's just that certain friendships you have, you can't force those kind of friendships. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't just be like, can I call you this? You can't do that. It's like, it's got to be organic. And I feel like when it happens, you just kind of know. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you just kind of know you can say certain things. I don't know how you know. You just kind of know, you know. Did you write use messages on the blackboard? Probably, but I don't remember anything specific. But yeah, probably. I remember doing things like graffiti on walls and stuff like that, but I don't remember what I wrote or what I drew. Probably dicks or something like that, I'm sure. I probably just drew a bunch of dicks on the wall. I think that's what people do in school. You just draw dicks on walls, so it's probably that. It would be easy if we learned about death and mourning at school. It's a taboo subject, so everyone just struggles with it. School prepares you for nothing you face in adult life, and that is true. Well, maybe not nothing, but yeah, it doesn't prepare for a whole lot. I don't know about learning about death in school, though, because I think the way we mourn and the way we handle death is so vastly different. There's no kind of one way to deal with it, right? So I don't know if you can teach people how to deal with it. I mean, I guess you could talk about that it's something. Yo, big up for the sub, Nick B. Appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate you. Welcome to the village. Yeah, because people do it in such different ways. I don't think it's something you can just teach, but maybe talking about death and talking about that's, you know, that it's an inevitability is something that could help, maybe. I also think funerals should be a celebration of that person's life and not everyone wearing black and crying. You know what? Some funerals are. There are some funerals very much are that. Just very much, it's like almost like a party, you know, like very much a celebration of. I mean, a lot of that is down to people's cultures and stuff like that, right? But yeah, there are funerals where you might think somebody just got married. You know what I mean? Like you go there and it's like a party because it's more about celebrating that person's life, you know, rather than mourning their death. You know, I used to write swear words on the blackboard when I was 5 years old. He said you threw stink bombs in school, right? Yeah, I mean, I think I did that a couple of times. Like, I feel like I remember doing it at least once or twice. Yo, big up Reese! Newest member of the village. Appreciate you, Reese, man. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I probably did it once, twice. I mean, I remember somebody having them, and I remember it stinking. It wasn't something I did a lot of, so it wasn't like a major memory, but just something that I kind of remember doing, or at least remember being a part of. Smoke alarms going off. Mrs. must be torturing us. Supper again. Oof. I love her. Really, bless her. Well, burnt supper is better than no supper, so there is that. There is that. My favorite kind of friendships are the ones where we can insult each other. Me and Elliot insult each other all the time. You said I love you. I say I hate your face. I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. The stink bombs, those glass bowls, all the little bags. I don't remember. Probably the bags, but I really don't remember. I mean, yeah, I don't remember. It's actually might have been, I don't know. Actually, it might have been glass actually, because I think I remember you threw it and it breaks. So yeah, it might have been glass actually. Now I'm thinking about it, might have been glass, but I really don't remember though. But I remember you throw it and it hits the wall or floor or whatever, and then it releases the smell. So yeah, maybe it was glass. So or something breakable. If it wasn't glass, it was something that breaks on impact. You eat supper. You are posh. Yeah. Supper. I'm going to eat supper. You have like a spoon, a fork. No, wait. The spoon goes on the top, right? Spoon goes on the top. The fork is on your left, and the knife is on your right. No, that's wrong. You have the fork on your left, the knife on your right, but you also have a spoon on the right, and on the top you have a different type of knife, like a fish knife, I think. That's right, isn't it? It's like the proper way to lay the supper table. Like the fork is on the left, knife and spoon on the right, and then there's a different type of knife that goes across the on the front. Let's see how close I am. If I got it right, that means I'm posh too. But if I got it wrong, oh well. How to lay is it supper or dinner table, by the way? It might be dinner table. Yeah, I said it's dinner table, not supper table. So I already got that wrong. It's not even supper table, it's dinner table. So I need to. If I got it right though, then I'm at least half posh. So yeah, fork on the left, knife and spoon on the right. But I'm sure there's something that goes along the top though. There is something that goes along the top. I don't think this is complete. Oh wait, there's another one here. They've got two forks on the left. Oh wait, this is different. They've got two knives on the right, a fork and a spoon on the top, and the bread. Nah, that's not. Nah, this is confusing. Okay, I think this is it. So yeah, you got forks on the left, knife and spoon on the right, fork and spoon. Oh, this is confusing. Why do you have to? I swear that's the same. You know what? Whatever, man. It doesn't even matter. Oh wait, this is going to be the right one. This is going to be the right. Why do you have two forks though? Two forks on the left, and you got two knives and a spoon. And you got two spoons. Why? I'm not posh. I'm not posh. I'm clearly not posh. I'm maybe like 1/4 posh. No, about 1/10 posh. I think I'm about 1/10 posh. Oh, that'll maybe sound less posh. I'm not posh at all. I'm from the rough council estate. I'm well posh. I wear odd socks. Well, you're the poshest then, isn't it? You call it tea. I fishy love that shit out of you. Tea. Well, I'm having late tea. Oh, okay. I'm having late tea because I've been at snooker. When is tea time? I actually don't even know, you know. Like, tea time it's before dinner, right? Or is it after dinner? Yeah, breakfast, dinner, and tea. Wait, isn't it breakfast, dinner? No, wait. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Wait, lunch and dinner are the same thing, isn't it? So breakfast, dinner, and then supper is for the evening, isn't it? Because isn't tea like the afternoon or something like that? See, I don't even know. I'm only 1/10 posh, so I'm struggling. I think I remember you telling me you threw a stink bomb in the hallway in school and it's staying in place. Were you in school or something? I would have been in school. I mean, it's just a long time ago. I don't remember too many specifics of it, but I remember there being a stink bomb. To be honest, I can't remember if it was me that threw it or not, but somebody threw it. I was involved somehow, I'm sure. Probably in a hallway or somewhere. Yeah, it's just it's not a particularly strong memory in my mind, to be honest. But I remember there definitely was a stink bomb in school. I remember it stinking, and I remember somehow being involved. Whether I threw it or somebody else threw it, that I really can't remember. Or whether it's in a hall or somewhere else, I really don't remember. But yeah, there was a stink bomb. I was involved somehow. It stank. And it was probably glass or some kind of breakable. That's the extent of my memory of that. I'm a different kind of posh. I use a Rambo knife to cut my meat. But no, we don't have a dinner table. We eat from the sofa. Well, you got a sofa. You're well posh, ain't it? You got a sofa. That's bare posh. I should have a sofa, so yeah. I'm 1/10 posh, so I'm allowed to have a sofa. I think if you got a sofa, if you got 1/10 posh means I gotta have a sofa. But yeah, I generally don't. I mean, I have breakfast, I suppose, but outside of that, I don't really do like lunch, dinner, and supper. It's just I just eat whenever. You know what I mean? I don't really have a schedule for eating. It's just more whenever. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. I'm not saying that's a good way to do it. You probably should have a schedule. It's probably healthier to have a schedule. I'm just saying I usually just eat whenever I feel like eating. Sometimes that's a little bit, sometimes that's a lot. Tea time is 5 o'clock. Okay. Breakfast, dinner, tea, and if you're posh, supper. Okay, so yeah, supper is posh. Then I thought so. I'm sure he said I don't have a dining room. I have breakfast. I have lunch and dinner. That's it. I have a dining room. I just don't use it. It's true what people tell you while you're at school, that you'll miss it and miss all your friends. You don't believe it at the time, but it's true. Yeah, no, definitely some truth to that. I mean, there's some people I definitely don't miss. Definitely some people I don't need to see anytime soon. But yeah, no, there's some cool people in school, definitely, man. I've had some fun. You know, even some of the arseholes were still kind of cool, you know, so yeah. My council house has a driveway. You have to park backwards in the driveway. Well, you don't have to, I suppose, but I don't know. To be honest, I don't understand why anybody would park forwards in the driveway. Like, I feel like you should park backwards, because if you park forwards, then you have to back out, right? And that's always awkward. Whenever you see someone backing, especially if your driveway leads directly onto the road, and you see people trying to back out onto the road, it's just awkward because they're constantly like stopping, because you have to hear all the cars are going by. So I don't know, like, it seems to me like if you have a driveway, parking backwards, so when you come out of your driveway, you can be facing forward and you can see better as you're coming out onto the road. But I don't know. I'm just some guy. Yo, Wagwan Odds. Man like Odds is in the house. Do you have main staples, meals you eat regularly, like pasta or whatever? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I guess. I mean, cereal. I'll probably eat a lot of cereal. Smell it. That's my cooking. I pour cereal into a bowl. Then I pour oat milk. I have oat milk. That's pretty posh, I guess. I don't have regular milk. I have oat milk. So that's pretty posh. I pour oat milk onto the cereal. Yeah, and that's my cooking. Listen, if I ever say to you, come to my house and I'll cook you dinner, it's going to be cereal. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a bowl of cereal. I mean, the good cereal, of course. If I'm having guests, I'll get the good cereal. I'm not like, you know, a heathen or whatever. Like, I'll get the good cereal. But you know, I'm not some riffraff. You know, I'm not going to give you cornflakes. I'll give you some good cereal. You know what I mean? Maybe something like, I don't know, like I don't know, granola or something. It'd be good cereal. You know, strawberry granola. Like, you know, the granola with the fruit bits in it. It'd be that. You know, the good cereal. It'd be that. You know, the good cereal. But that's if I ever say, yeah, I'm gonna cook you dinner, it's gonna be cereal. That's it. And maybe an orange juice. If I like you, I might give you an orange juice as well. Strawberry eggs of vanilla cream. Medium kind of push. Who's pushed now, Sam? 9 likes. 9 likes. Oh, big up for the likes, man. Bruh. Appreciate you guys, man. I mostly eat, I guess granola actually. Yeah, these days it's more granola. And shredded wheat. But I try to stick to cereals that are either low sugar or no sugar. So yeah, it's just really just plain granola a lot of the time, or sometimes with the fruit bits in it, you know, because it's like all that's the more natural sugar, so I think that's fine. But yeah, that's yeah, granola. Dry away like a dry fruit. When I got my first flat, I had a blow-up camping mattress, camping chair, and a little telly. You gotta start somewhere. Indeed, man. Indeed. Like I had like those plastic plates. Bought these plastic plate sets from Argos. I still use them, by the way. I never moved on from those plastic plates. So I'm just saying, but but yeah, they served me well. Those plastic plate set served me well for a while. Big up to the plastic plates. Cocoa Pops banana milkshake. Yeah. Take care for tea. Cocoa Pops. Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried the Cocoa Pops banana milkshakes yet, but if the Cocoa Pops and banana milkshake is as good as I think it is, because I do like Cocoa Pops and I do like banana milkshake, and I have had chocolate and bananas combinations before, and I thought it was very, very, very nice. So if the Cocoa Pops and banana milkshakes is as good as I think it is, as I hope it is, then that might be something that I'd have to reserve for, you know, that special lady. You know what I mean? Like if I'm trying to impress a girl, I'd be like, yeah, come over and I'll make you something with a Cocoa Pops banana milkshake. That'd be it. I think if you give a girl Cocoa Pops banana milkshake, you're making babies tonight. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm thinking. But of course, I haven't had the Cocoa Pops banana milkshake, so maybe I should reserve my judgment on that just for now. But I'm guessing it's going to be real nice. And once I do try it, I'd be like, yep, this is going to be for my special lady, the Cocoa Pops banana milkshake. You can park your car in it. Don't forget the Veggie Delight. Nah, I think if you give someone a Veggie Delight, they might not like you anymore, to be honest, actually. I think if you want a girl to like you, don't give her that. Like, that's what you give her if you're not enjoying the date and you're trying to get out of it. You give her a Veggie Delight and be like, yeah. Then she'll leave you alone. She'll like, I don't like you no more. What the hell are you giving me this for? What is this? I saw strawberry flavored Cocoa Pops, and I was curious if that's nice. Saw it recently. I mean, strawberry is nice, so I'm just saying. You can't go wrong. I haven't tried it, but strawberries. You know, Posh, you have a room for your tech stuff. Like his computer is in the living room. I mean, you know, I do okay. If the milk turns out to be sour. Oh, I know that quote. That's from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. If the milk turns out to be sour, I ain't the pussy to go drink it. Is that it? No, that's not. Is it? I ain't the pussy to lick it. But yeah, it's from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I know that quote. If the milk turns out to be sour. Yeah, there we go. I ain't the kind of pussy to drink it. Yeah, that was it.
If the milk turns out to be sour, I ain't the kind of pussy to drink it.
No, you gotta blink as well. I ain't the pussy to drink it. Yeah, the strawberry Cocoa Pops might be romantic. Strawberries and ooh, that's a good point. See, strawberries are romantic, innit? So yeah. Ooh, maybe the strawberry Cocoa Pops and the banana milkshake. Listen. I'm just saying. That might be the one. Strawberry Cocoa Pops and banana milkshake. Listen. If you give a girl strawberry Cocoa Pops and banana milkshake, and she still don't like you after that, she ain't even worth it. She ain't even worth it. I'm a special lady. Cocoa Pops and banana milkshake is mine. You're all the way special, Sam. Wait, that sounded bad. Special in a good way. Just realize how it sounded. I meant it in a good way. I meant it in a good way. Just forget how it sounded. Just know that I meant it in a good way. In fact, you know what, Nick, you're gonna have to work very hard to stay alive. Love that movie. I ain't seen this movie for time. I think I watched it like a few times back in the day, round about, maybe not right when it came out, but I think maybe like because I think the first time I saw it was maybe like a year or so after it came out, and I'm pretty sure I watched it on like DVD or something like that. And I feel like I remember watching it like 3-4 times at that point. So I've seen it a few times at least. But yeah, it's been such a long time since I've watched it now. Must try and find this somewhere. Let it be on Netflix. Let this thing be on Netflix. It's probably not. They got Snatch though, but Lock, Stock's not here. Damn. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, I've been shot. Could everybody stop getting shot? We could be onto a winner here, peeps. You're just saying that because, you know, well, I mean, there is that, to be fair. I mean, yeah, there is that. Are we online again? I think we live again.